progression, style refreshing. Sliding downhill, but I'm not regressing. Nighttime buckshot, Smith and Wesson. And I'm married to the music, but there'll never be a wedding. I'm a roller stone rolling, living life golden. Steady burning rubber like it's Magnum, Trojan. True few, true. Me and Phantom always holding, and I wanna be the one, so the Cadillac is chosen. Exploding to the top, dropping like it's hot. Thinking it's my last, knowing it's not. Hey, already know that I can't stop, won't stop. Back up in the building till I blow up the spot. I'm going in.
Feel the energy, we bringing it back. Every word is a matter of fact. Matter of fact, they couldn't get to the level we at. We so focused that we never react. Stay right and exact. Feel the energy, we bringing it back. Every word is a matter of fact. Matter of fact, they couldn't get to the level we at. We so focused that we never react. Stay right and exact.
Anybody who doubted the power is tantamount to the massive amounts of energy. Better reflect mentally, move thought through telepathy. Who's the boss? Pedigree is zero. Weak suckers or chumps who stand next to me. All for the betterment. None can compete or compare with false measurement. Echo the same sentiment. Blessed to be a testament of next level entities arriving in the form of light when entering this density. Crash palace is opposite of disastrous. Hopefully you could cope with the laughter of going after us. The magic in motion, no mysterious tricks. Imagine the tragedy of being clearly eclipsed. Appeared in the mist, no Visine or ivy drip could help you find where the mind exists. Deep inside of the grand design, comprise no surprises. If you can't see the light, boy, you blind as shit. Zero weak suckers or chumps who stand zero. Weak suckers or chumps who stand zero. You could hopefully you could cope with
The whole black rap.
Check. See how the streets will get to stopping and looking when I'm in the kitchen seasoning and concocting the cooking. Look, a lot of you niggas trash like it's hard just to step it up. A guru and a gourmet and scientist of the chefing up. A restaurant for the heat and a deli that'll always serve the hood 24 hours, feeding niggas the hors d'oeuvres. God rap, prophecy, bust rhymes, the great. Prepare the full course meal. Juice leaking from the steak. Check. Acting like you ain't knowing you niggas must be idiots. I know my name already. Bust rhymes and affiliates. With flip mode in this bitch, the alliance is kinda serious. Damage everything in the building regardless of where it is. The way I saturate the street, I'm only saying I rapidly feed the hood like I'm a fast food chain. No need to ever question why the hood love me. Got an aliens and vegetarian. Feed you if you hungry.
Feel the energy, we bringing it back. Every word is a matter of fact. Matter of fact, they couldn't get to the level we at. We so focused that we never react. Stay right and exact. Feel the energy, we bringing it back. Every word is a matter of fact. Matter of fact, they couldn't get to the level we at. We so focused that we never react. Stay right and exact.
Wordsmith been in my prime for too long. These stakes been high for too long. No one see me shine and move on. No one see me shine and move on. I touch the rock and turn to a different beast like the Monstars. Delivered glasses, vintage, I'm switching frames like a montage. Denim Japanese in that jacket package from Hong Kong. Baddies don't play at ratchet, she acting for the long con. Got shorty bagged off the performance post in a story tag. She hot stepping on that walk of shame. I electric slide, she thinking I'm a trick cause I'm in my bag, but I get a vibe. Got it twisted thinking you in my lane cause you in the ride. Flip it on the heads or tails, guessing if she sink or swim. Hair and don't forget your nails, headrest don't forget your pick. Baby just forget your ex, he ain't gotta watch the swish. A week on bed rest, couldn't get him feeling as fresh as this. I'm leather scented, divine taste within the elegance. Manifested Dubai plates, Miami residence. You got me in my woosah face. I was menacing, copping 30s for 10 before they started pressing it. Watching my bank numbers moving up like the Jeffersons. Watching the hate come in has got me writing better shit. Watching my faith plummet, never that. I'm better than all of these false idols I'm heaven sent. That's God fragrance. All seeing I cause Pops was a Freemason. Y'all creeping past was meek, now they see me dream chasing. Gang with me, they fire steel like they freebasing. Get me hired, pay the fee, you gon' get the lead taken. All these rappers, bunch of nerds and victims. A bunch of dummies rated word restricted. They all pull up to the birds with issues. Crying out, but all we heard was crickets. Got them served with a stick just like bourbon chicken. Wordsmith been in my prime for too long. These stakes been high for too long. shine and move on. Diamond shining like the ring on Blanca's phone. My mind is spacing. You don't mind my zone. Heat holding, you don't try my zones. Hippie pieced out like I got some fucking tie-dye on. Prada blazer got that lilac tone. I'm searching for them low plate numbers. Who got them? For real. For them low plate numbers. Who got them? Wordsmith been in my prime for too long. These stakes been high for too long. No one see me shine and move on. No one see me shine and move on. Wordsmith been in my prime for too long. These stakes been high for too long. No one see me shine and move on. No one see me shine and move on.
I wanna leave this place, I need some space to get my mind clear. Here overseas is straight. There's so many backstabbing Julius Caesar snakes, man, it got me moving seizure shake. Yeah, I'm talking about seeds and shake. The weed is lace. I ain't have no P's, moving OZs and apes. It's like every time they breathe, they hate. And my earth fail. But I still got leaves to rake. I could leave the states and still won't alleviate all the problems I feel, man, I need a break. Family got a lot of money and would see my face. Brother wouldn't feed the needy with his greedy taste. Sister said we was split it when I was weak at wakes. Now I walk around sleep awake. And they made mama mad, but my sis was like, he should wait. Mom, like, give him what you said, ain't no need to debate. It hurt her though, like Curtis Blow, man, needs the brakes. Ain't nobody gonna leave me papes. It motivated me to start moving at a speedy pace. So I started pushing P's of weight. Man, I gotta get my cheese and cake. And I ain't talking easy bake. I put my feet on the flakes, I put my beat on the base. Work to my benefit, couldn't read my race. I know you feel me now, I got too much cheese at stake. Look at the G's, we mighty dee 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 daddy day. Listen to the stories KRS-One say. So many pass away from gunplay. Hoping it would change someday. Dee 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 daddy dee 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 daddy day. Listen to the stories that King Camille say. So many pass away from gunplay. Hoping it would change someday.
I wanna leave this place. I can't believe this place. My father, he's a waste. My mother, she's on base. My brother, he caught him a case. My sister got cut in the face. My auntie, she's a disgrace. My cousins, the paper they chase. No loving, just hate. 2-hour hospital waits. Even when you vomit and shake, it's gotta be fake. Man, the cops clock us like them things on our wrist. I'm supposed to live like this? It's getting thick. I'm thinking about taking a trip. Where? Anywhere but here. Prison, army, anywhere but there. I want some new shoes to wear. I wanna walk past all these cats asking what you doing here. You know what I'm doing here. I'm taking my last look at what I don't ever wanna become. Yeah. On the block every day I fuss. Guns bust. I need to hop that Greyhound bus. Cause when everyone you say you trust turns on you, you know
All right. We got the stream with the mic audio now. So welcome to the stream, everybody. Just give me a minute, and we're gonna sync these two up.
Got the stream with the mic audio now. So
All right, everybody. Thanks for waiting, and let's go ahead and get this live stream going on. All right. So now I got my podcast live stream up on my other screen, so make sure you hit that little link at the top, that broadcast there, and then tune in along as we talk about everything we're going to talk about today. Welcome everybody to episode 4 of XRP Everywhere. It's titled Liquidity and AMM Strategies. We got on panel so far, we've got Opulence as one of our co-hosts, and also Adrian as another one of our co-hosts. And we got Mel up as a speaker and Adano as a speaker as well. So, good morning everybody. Hope everybody's chilling in.
How you doing today, Greg?
Doing great, Adano. How are you, brother?
I am moving furniture in the southern heat, and it is fucked.
Yeah, I'm also in that southern heat as well, but I'm inside, so we're chilling.
Lucky.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be working outside today, but I know I do have to go back to work on Monday, so not looking forward to that. Gonna be hot.
Yeah, hot and humid, man.
Yes,
Just
sir.
stand out here and you drip.
Yeah, not the good way.
Yeah.
So, Mel, we got you up here as well. Are you able to speak, or you need a few more minutes?
Give me a few more minutes. Good morning, JT. Good morning, Adrian. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening for Europe. Give me 2 minutes
Yeah,
because,
I know you just woke up recently. It's early over there in Hawaii.
I know. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So you can run first for the giveaway if you want to keep that rolling first to get started.
Yeah, sounds
And
good.
ask the. All right.
So, we are going to be giving away a good bit today, so just a reminder to get entered into these giveaways, make sure you hit the little pill comment section at the bottom right of the space and like and retweet this, and you'll get entered in to win some of our prizes today.
Can we add some prizes to the pool as well? I know I'm a bit late, but if I could maybe add some to the pool, that'd be good.
Yeah, maybe here we're going to start drawing them in about 30 minutes, so that way enough people get entered in. But yeah, if you'd like to submit something just to get donated away, then definitely we can take care of that for you. Riddle Swap, this is my first time seeing your account, I believe. How are you? And what are you building here?
Oh, mate, we're building. Yeah, we've got a full wallet, multi-chain wallet, mate. We're kind of sliding under the radar a little bit at the moment, but we've got multi-chain wallet, XRP code. We've got the swap there, but works with the wallet, NFTs, the bridge, which will be live in the next probably 48, 72 hours. And then we've got the NFT marketplace, which isn't a million miles off because we've had to build it out for the wallet. So yeah, there's a lot going on, mate.
Heck yeah, brother! I'd love to hear that. Do you have a token project as well?
Yeah, it's RDL. Kind of, as I say, we kind of set off quite hard. We hit about 700k. It's kind of dwelled back as things do.
As they do, yeah.
But yeah. We're moving forward. We've got a lot of connections, mate. I don't kind of blow it up. I don't blow us up too hard. I've stopped doing spaces while we were developing. So we're kind of, I'd like to think we're at our bottom at the moment, but we'd like to grow. So that's kind of why I'm here.
Heck yeah, I love to hear that. And today we're going to be talking a bunch about automated market makers and stuff like that and liquidity. So it'd be good for maybe educational purposes for your project.
Well, that's what we want to do with the bridge. What we was looking at is AMMs and how we did the bridge with the AMMs. And then I went, well, why don't we use the AMMs we've got with XRP? So what I'm saying to projects is if you want to come on the bridge, that's fine. We can get you on for free. That's no issue. But you'll need to have an AMM with us. Then we're not going to have to go round in circles a million times to do a million swaps. So yeah, if we can have a chat about that in the future or in the next coming hours, that'd be great. Opulence, it's great to see you. I'd like to start building some bridges. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, sounds great. A lot of us are, sorry, I read something. A lot of it's just kind of processes, so you kind of have to chunk out what you're able to work on at the moment. And yeah, it definitely sounds like you got some steam coming up towards your upcoming news and stuff, so I'd love to hear that. Real quick, we got also Adrian as one of our co-hosts. You got a mic check, or you want to say good morning or anything, Adrian? Looks like you might need a few minutes as well. We got Lions up here. How are you doing, Lions? I know it's early over there for you. Actually, no, it's late. Sounds like you might be setting up as well. Okay, there you go, Lions.
Yeah, I'm setting up on multiple devices over here, trying to drop comments in and listen at the same time, put in
Doing your
my two
thing.
cents. Yep, doing my thing,
Absolutely, that's
listening
what
and
we're all doing.
learning.
Yeah, it sounds like we're gonna have a pretty good discussion. I mean, you know a lot about liquidity and stuff, so I'm sure you could help, tie some things together whenever it comes to, ATM and all that.
Oh, most definitely. And real quick, guys, I want to recommend to everybody in the space, give everybody a follow. Make sure to tag 3 people down there in the comments and share that button. Share the space out. Get this knowledge out.
Absolutely, good roll in, because we're doing a bunch of giveaways today, some coins, some tokens, some NFTs, and you're not going to want to miss that. So to get entered in those giveaways, you're going to need to just like and reshare this space, and you'll be, that'll be the pool that we pull up our winners through. So currently it's 1:11 p.m. for me in the afternoon. It's a nice day outside, sun's shining. Going to the lake tomorrow, feeling pretty good. And I see XRP Express and Captain KV asked first day of the new job. Actually, no, it's my main job. I just kind of took a month off or so. Sorry.
XRP life, mate. It takes over, doesn't it? As soon as you know it, it's a full-time job.
Yep. At a certain point, you're gonna have to transition, but for now, still gotta pay the bills. Can't wait to pay bills and my crypto cards. That's gonna be nice.
That would be nice, and we're talking to people. You never know.
Exactly. I have like a Coinbase wallet, so that way I can use any crypto and pay for stuff. So I also get 4% back in XLM, which is like, whoa, what you doing there? 4% back for using my own money? Whoa.
Yeah, they're starting to put that onto the meme coins as well. Have you noticed in the app at the moment they're starting to recognize the smaller tokens on XRPL and all that? We've appeared on there this week, which is nice.
Yeah, I've been noticing that. Definitely good to see some
nice.
volume and stuff, some eyes on the ledger.
It's getting there, mate. It's getting there.
Absolutely. And real quick, Riddle Swap, what country are you from, just so that we are aware?
Manchester, but I live in Albania now because Manchester was too expensive for me even to consider doing this, mate. And it needs a full-time guy, so I decided to move countries to somewhere where it's half affordable.
Yeah, at least, yeah, exactly. Things are getting expensive out there, so it's always good to kind of invest the right way with your life.
My rent in England was £2.5 grand for a flat, which is half the size of mine at 500 quid a month. So what's that tell you? It's mental.
So I'm about to do some giveaways, just to get us started here. Thanks everybody for liking and sharing this little space we're having. I'm going to give out a Tooth and Token NFT just to get us started. So let's see. Always the hard part is figuring out which one I want to give away. I should kind of plan these things out better, but it's just, hey, we're doing it live, then we're doing it live. So I'm going to be giving away this Tooth and Token number 889, and it's rarity 67 out of 275, so pretty rare. Let me get my X picker up here, and we'll go ahead and start giving some people some stuff.
I gotta make sure my name is on the X picker so I can win my own stuff.
Yeah, make sure you like and repost to get entered into the pool for winning some stuff. So like I said, we're about to give away Tooth and Token 889. Now all I'm going to do is just go to the tweet that has all of our comments and shares and likes and all that. Post that into the X picker here, and I'm going to do like and retweet. So for this first giveaway, we're going to be giving away that Tooth and Token NFT, and the winner for that one is going to be Chill Guy XRPL. Congrats, Chill Guy, you just won an NFT from a Tooth and Token. I just have to type it out so that way I'll have it later.
Oh, that's nice, man. This is the first time I'm watching you use the picker.
Yeah, I like the picker. It just takes out a lot of this work. Like, it takes so long to give away and figure out who's going to win and everything.
Yay! Chill Guy winning.
Love to see our homies winning.
Woohoo! Where is the drum roll? Adrian, where is the drum roll?
I'm not sure if Adrian's here yet. He hasn't said anything yet.
Also, guys, these Tooth and Token NFTs are brought to you by Authenticum. They are part of the Opulence Honeycomb system. You receive a token reward drop on these NFTs, 2% of Lion tokens, and every day we are minting NFTs and we are burning them, reducing the supply and increasing the rewards. So if somebody would actually, I'll go ahead and do it. I'll go ahead and drop a link down below for Honeycomb Opulence System. Make sure to go check them out and all the projects involved, and set a trust line, because you never know what Opulence is going to do. They could do airdrops for every single token in there. A token themselves could do an airdrop for everybody that's got a trust line. It's completely awesome what they're building, and I'm super excited to see what Opulence has in store for us for the future.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Mel. I just saw your mic was unmuted. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready right now. Let's start. And well, do you have another giveaway that you want to give it before this discussion started?
Sure. I'll go ahead and give away another
All right.
NFT real quick. And like I said, to get entered in these giveaways, like and reshare this space, and that gets you entered. So we're rolling
Awesome.
the next person, and it was Lambo X Apes, another one of our friends here. So congrats, Lambo.
Oh. He's winning another one.
Uh-oh.
We are actually going to giving away 2 of his Ripcord Lambo X Apes editions NFT as well. Surreal Idea created the Ripcord NFT for Lambo X Apes. So we are giving away those 2 of those Ripcord NFT today. So whoever win those NFT, they can get, right now there is 11 tokens, I think, on the pool that are eligible every quarter's drop for those that own this NFT.
Sounds good. Sorry, I'm just typing up and doing my thing so that way I can give these rewards out after the fact.
Oh man, how are you set for giveaways today, man? I've got some stuff in my wallet, in my pocket that I want to give away too.
Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to do like a bunch of them. Like, we have a bunch of coins to give away as well.
Oh no.
So we're just going to have to...
We'll have to pre-plan this.
Yeah, any time we have at the end for giveaways, you know, that will be what that's for. But we do have like quite a list of stuff to get out. So I rolled out this NFT. It was donated by, you know, a generous supporter. And it's going to Lambo X Apes, and the NFT that you won was Pixel Bear number 2041. So congratulations on that.
Woohoo! You know, I should win something, right?
What?
It's not fair that I'm speaker and I don't win anything.
You gotta like and
I should be
repost.
included on the X speaker. Anyway.
I don't think that. Hey, Gray, man, have you won anything?
Every time I win something, I just re-roll it.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
I would have won a nice ATM Genesis collection the other day, but I was like, yeah, I'll just let somebody have it. It's not. It looks cheesy if it, you know, I win them all in giveaways. So.
I mean, you got just as much a chance as any of us, right?
Hey, I just liked and retweet them on space, so that way I can see if I win anything.
That's right. That's the rules, guys. You gotta like and retweet the space.
Absolutely right. And you know, it took a little bit of time to get set up. Usually it takes about 5-ish minutes for everything to lock in as far as the links and, you know, the stream and the space. So we're about ready to get started here. It's been about 20 minutes. So I want to keep this to about 2.5 hours. Maybe starting from now. Like 3 hours is kind of the top. So yeah, thanks everybody for being here. It's Friday afternoon and weather's looking nice and we're all just chilling together. So thanks for joining us on this space today.
Yes, awesome to have this crowd. This more well, it's still my morning. It's your afternoon. It's my morning. So, so we are in the different part of the world.
Blockchain never
Um,
sleeps.
yeah. So this topic today, I think it's very important for all of us to understand. Um, Regardless if you are just holders or investors on the XRPL, if you are a token project like me, or you are a meme project, you know, I think it's very important to understand what the liquidity role in terms of in regards to the growth of the ecosystem and how we can attract the masses also um, with this liquidity, because I think liquidity is still the biggest issue in every chain, especially when it comes to the startup project. Um, Liquidity become the biggest hurdle when you issue the token. When you try to raise the funds with the token, but liquidity is become the biggest hurdle mostly. And sometimes especially when it comes to token, is very sensitive. Like um, I know a lot of quite a bit of people that are starting the business with good intentions. They just got wrecked, and they had token, and they just got wrecked because wrong or mismanagement. Like with all the hypes and the shilling, and how the centralized exchange approaching people or project founder to put their tokens on the centralized exchange. There are a lot. It just costs too much for certain startup project that they cannot even get back up again, and it end up they wreck the project because it's just not it's not sustainable for them. And again, that's also part of the liquidity issue, because when you create a or you listing the tokens on the centralized exchange, just like on the DEX, and that's what we want to talk about it. Liquidity and AMM strategies, because I kind of like want to highlight the real issue that there are quite a bit of project that listing on the centralized exchange. It's not a guarantee of that token are liquid, because some of the token listing on the centralized exchange, they were forced to, well, it's mandatory. It's not forced. It's mandatory. Um, for them to provide liquidity for their tokens through their market making services, regardless it's inside the centralized exchange itself or they hire third party outside the exchange. They are mandatory to provide some sort of liquidity and order books with utilizing the market maker. So today topic is about liquidity and AMM strategies, because I personally believe we should educate our users and our investor more, utilizing our DEX and our AMM on the XRP ledger. Um, it's completely different how it works between centralized exchange and decentralized exchange. And just like a standard or the first distinction is when you trade on the centralized exchange, basically you giving up the wallet or the custody of the wallet on the centralized exchange, which is not yours. Although you trade with that wallet, you can do this, you can do that within the center within that exchange, but that wallet never belong to you. That's belong to the exchange. Basically, you just temporarily borrow and using it. While on the decentralized exchange, any transactions that you are doing regarding even only just a swap of tokens or whatsoever, that wallet is your self-custodial wallet. Those two are main, those two are completely, completely different between how you trade utilizing DEX or you trading utilizing centralized exchange wallet. So um, therefore, I prefer to educate our community to use more on the XRPL DEX, which is, it's really in the mainnet, integrate directly, on the core protocols on the XRP ledger, which is, it's very safe and secure because we don't have those smart contract vulnerabilities. This is what make XRPL DEX is superpower, they say, right? It's a superpower DEX because the only networks, I think the only blockchains that has DEX integrated on the core protocol so far is only XRP Ledger. And therefore, the AMM pool that integrate utilizing this core protocol, which is the mainnet, also is a very, very powerful tool if we as the token project or trader or whoever it is, investor wanting to utilizing it. This is a very powerful tool to make profit while you supporting the ecosystem. If there is another if there, right? There is another if there, which we kind of like when highlighting. If there are certain indicators when you want to investing on certain project or contributing to their ecosystem, regardless they're new project or meme coins or utility tokens. And that's why we were going to discuss about this, which is that liquidity part, and then how the AMM work on the XRP ledger. I think that's kind of like my opening. Before I go further, I think I prefer to have some questions, so then we can digging through those questions and dive into what is XRPL AMM, how that work, the core features on the AMM. Instead of me keep talking, I think I would just like throw those questions, and asking people to ask questions, so then we can dive into those subject, because there are quite a bit or key features within the XRP LAMM itself, like the burning mechanism, the arbitrage, the 24 hours auctions mechanism, because there are a lot of misunderstanding out there that I always, sometimes I saw someone post, oh, the arbitrage bot, just keep eating this and that, or like when I saw that, what they were meant is not arbitrage bot. So there is an arbitrage bot. There is also auction mechanism bot, and those two are different. They are not the same, and oftentimes people just sees that as like, oh, arbitrage bot is the same, but which is it's not. So I think let's dive into that key features on the XRPL AMM. If you have any questions, let me know, so then I can keep going.
Yeah, sounds good. And I know it's early for you, and you're already full of energy. It sounds like you're ready to talk AMMs. I love it. But other than that, I do have a few links. One is for the DeFi, the Wealth Machine through Apple Pro. I just have some links here that we can walk through together, and also I have a blog post on the Opulence website all about deep diving into automated market makers. So, I can kind of go along as we talk through it. I'm not sure if Adrian, do you got your mic working, or let's just test it out? Yeah, I haven't heard anything from Adrian, so I don't know.
I think he's making breakfast for his family.
Yeah, understandable. He'll probably tune in a little bit later.
Or he's at work in the morning. He's at work probably.
Gotcha. Well,
so
what should we dive into first, Mel?
Well, I think let's talk about the first feature first, which is the burning mechanism. The LP token burning. Sorry, the LP token burning. One of the core features on the XRP Ledger AMM that people probably never use it, or they didn't realize how powerful this LP token burning mechanism, because they think for the users, for burning the LP token, maybe it's a waste for them, because they're wanting to invest and to create incentive through those contributions as an LP provider. But one of the things for the token project like me, if you have enough supply, for example, I recently practicing when Adrian issue X0 token. I have enough supply that I still keep, right, on my end for the opulence. So when Adrian ready to roll his brand on the XRP ledger, and he has this X Hero. So I told him, Adrian, I will help you with starting, to build your liquidity on the ledger, I said. So I give him, well, no, actually, we make a agreement, and then we basically put 5,000 XRP worth of opulence, and then Adrian give me 5,000 XRP worth of X Hero. So we pair that, and then we burn it. And people think when I burn it, those liquidity disappear, right? But it's not. What happened is what I burn and the LP tokens between X0 opulence that worth over 10,000 XRP at that time, that stay forever as the liquidity. And if you using this burning mechanism, actually this burning mechanism is the one that also implement by the first ledger, how they burn most of the, like there is a percentage of the LP when the developer issue the tokens through the first ledger, those some of the LP token was burned to create forever liquidity. And this is how awesome is this LP burning mechanism if we do it the right way, because will stay forever as a value despite the token is out from the circulations. The value is still there.
I'm gonna jump in here real quick. I wanted to add on to what Mel just said. When she says burning LP tokens, what she's meaning is it's sent to that wallet that is black hole, which means nobody can access it. It can never be taken out. It can never be moved. She does not actually mean removing the token from supply, although she is actually removing the token from supply by sending it to that black hole wallet. Now, the black hole wallet for the LP is created whenever you launch a new token on First Ledger. And that's one of the great features that they have over there, is that it can never leave that liquidity pool. So if you look down in the comments, guys, I actually left one that says when to act, like strategic timing of entering a liquidity pool. So this is also going to be very important as well. When you launch a token on First Ledger, you have three options. You can launch with 100 XRP, which will give you 10% allocation, and it will put 50% XRP into the liquidity pool. So if you launch with 100 XRP on First Ledger, you're going to get 10% of the token, but that liquidity pool is only going to have 50 XRP worth inside. And that 50 XRP worth is black hole. Essentially, it's burned. You can never access it again. It's gone. And it stays in that wallet. And it keeps accumulating fees. So every time somebody buys, every time somebody sells, depending upon what that fee that you set, whenever you launch your token, whether it's 1%, 0.5%, or 0%, those fees get accumulated into that main black hole wallet.
Yeah, it's well said.
To add to that, so the LP token burning is related as well to the auction mechanism on the LP, on the AMM. So how that works is like this. So in the XRPL AMM, LP tokens represent liquidity provider share of specific pools. For example, let's say Lions XRP, right? So burning in this case means permanently removing some of this token from the circulation by destroying them, like what we already know, right? How burning works. But this process, the difference is when you're burning the tokens or the LP token, this process is basically happen during the if the auction bidder win on the 24-hour slot, for low or zero trading fees. Because on the XRP LAMM, we are trading against the pool, the asset on the pool, not the asset or not onto the other trader, but we trade against the asset that accumulate on the pool. Those 24-hour auction mechanism is that what you call that you will see there are a lot of bot, that doing like a small dash transaction. That's the 24-hour auction bot, which is they have to keep doing those trade because that's the mechanism of the AMM on the XRPL, because the AMM itself, it stands as automated market maker. So the functioning of this AMM, it's work similar to the market making services that the people have to hire someone or the third party if they listing their token on the centralized exchange. So the ultimate market maker is the market maker that's supposedly working 24-hour and 24/7 or whatever, uh, on the DEX. So you don't have to hire third party. Like if you are a token project, if you cannot afford to subscribe for any market maker services that running on the DEX, automated market maker is your solution. Besides it's as your liquidity provisions, this is also create an organic daily trading volumes for your token project.
Yeah.
So the LP burning is connect with this auction mechanism, because on that 24-hour trade there is bid, there is like again this bid is against the asset on the pool, not against someone else. Like how you trade on the DEX, you're basically buying someone that put the order book on the demands or on the buy order, then you sell it to them, right? The AMM work differently because basically the trading here is against the pool, the asset that are on the pool itself. So, and that's why these bot are needed. So that's why there are a lot of people didn't understand how this thing work. They didn't realize that the auction bot, regardless you like it or not, they're gonna keep trading your token. If you don't have any demand, what happen is then that's when they keep selling your token. And that's why sometimes you didn't realize that it's draining your liquidity. So those things are a lot of things, the components that people didn't understand how the AMM works on the XRPL, but they didn't even realize the power of the AMM itself. If they know how to work on it and how to use it properly, and this is can be a powerful tool that they don't. Volumes based on those assets that the liquidity that they deposit themselves on the pool, while they are continually, while they can continuously building, and getting their whatever platforms ready, or whatsoever they are planning for their business, right? So, and while in the same time by doing so, they also create their own incentive. So this is why recently, for example, Nexus Water tokens asking my opinion regarding what he's planning to create yield for his holders, for example. He has that, and so in his case he wanting to create yield through quorums or flare network. So then I say, why don't you create yield from your Nexus XRP on your AMM pool yourself? By doing so, you're not just contributing to the ecosystem, you're creating yield and for your tokens, and you're creating those profit for your token as well, that you're giving back to your holders or your supporters or your LP provider. But in the same time, you're strengthening your liquidity as well. So this is what most of the token project didn't understand, that how powerful is the AMM that create yield for your own token, beside it's strengthening the liquidity of your token, of your issue token. So this is how we can determine, sometimes we can define if the project is good or not, because if the token project or the founder didn't even investing or didn't even lock certain amount of fund, their own funds into the liquidity pool, and I would say you guys stay away, because if they don't even investing on their own project creating yield by strengthening their own liquidity utilizing these features, then you shouldn't. Because why should you? If they are, as the token founder didn't do that, or or the project didn't do that, then you shouldn't, because it's you become their exit liquidity. That's kind what how to divine, uh, um, who you want to investing into, like and this is why it's very important to understand for the token project for the investor to see. We talked about this last week, right? Tyler asking what is the ratio from the TVL lock to the market cap, that to kind of like getting the secure, to make sure that the tokens that you're investing is always liquid, that is always tradable. So that's also important. So this is how you can see it from the AMM and how much actually liquidity lock of that token versus their market cap. XP Market has this a good aggregator for this. They have like on the top 10. They listed the top 100 of the XRP of the token project AMM contributions against the XRP pool. So if you look to that number, even from the rank 1 to 100, we don't have much yet, unfortunately. And this is what we need to fix on the ecosystem. If we want XRPL ecosystem attractive for the trader, attractive for the investor, we need to fix this issue. Because from those top 100 pool that currently exists on the XRP ledger, we are really, the number is really small compared to the other chain when it comes to the liquidity on the network. So yeah, so for that reason, at Opulence X, I built this system, which is the Opal Farm, it calls, where the project can sign up, launch their farming pool to incentivize their liquidity provider with the second layer of incentive. Why I call it the second layer of incentive? Because the layer one incentive, LP provider automatically receive their trade fees, earning from their auction mechanism 24 hours that distributed automatically by the bot on the mainnet, right? Every 24 hours. That's on the form of XRP, because every trade on the XRPL is against the XRP. So those trade fees are automatically distributed to the LP provider in the daily basis, through those auction mechanism bot that running the trade for 24 hours for those pair of tokens, right? Those trade fees are distributed automatically as the layer one incentive, we call it, is layer one, because it's integrated directly to the core protocols on the mainnet. So we call it the Opal Farm Layer 2 incentive, because for the farming pool, we have to create this, because that's not automatically that the XRPL say, okay, this is available, you can do this. Because, on the XRPL, again, it's only strictly to the native currency, which is the XRP. So what we do is we build this Opal Farm for the project, for the token project, to be able to share the burden, right? While they building, they incentivizing their LP provider with their token. So this is why we call it the layer 2 incentive, because the token that is given as the reward tokens on this yield farming pool is not XRP, but your tokens. That's why I call it layer 2 incentive.
Oh man, I got questions. Oh, let's
Yeah, let's get into
let's
some
say
questions and let Mel take a
let's
little
say
break real
that
quick.
I am a brand new project. I'm just coming on to the Opulence system, and I don't know anything about farming. Okay, I'm speaking with you directly. I'm a newbie. How do I initially get involved with the Opal Farm. Let's say I launched my project. I have 5% of my liquidity pool, but I'm trying to get more and I'm trying to incentivize my community to get involved. So my first step would be going to the Opulence website and setting up the pool, correct?
Yes, all the process is on chain. There is an Opal Farm pool on the opalfi.opulencex.io. And on the front page, you can see it where you can launch your unpool. It says set up your unpool, meaning you have to submit all those informations to us. And within 24 hours, that's most likely is like the informations, a basic information regarding your token, issuer, supply, and then how much tokens that you want to giving away within those 1 year periods, Um, so then with that we will work within 24 hours to update the system where we set up your farming pool. What we do is on the back end, based on your submissions, because again, here's the other thing, right? There are two order book on the XRPL: the central order book, which is the DAX order book that we call it CLOP, and the AMM order book. So when you set up the farming pool, we have to look also your existing LP, the current LP that you have, because on the layer 2 incentive, we determine your APR and APY based on your existing LP pool, which is your XRP against your tokens, right? So with that, we calculate from the amounts that you want to giving. For example, like now you have 5% supply you want to give to your LP provider as the layer 2 incentive on the Opal farm. So those from those 5% of supply, we will determine what is the APY and APR for your farming pool. We will only find out after you submit to us, doing the math based on the tokens. For example, let's do the number. At Opulence X, for example, I giving away 200 million opulence a year on the farming pool. Because our TVL lock is quite already large, those 200 million opulence in the layer 2 incentive, that only giving about 20% APR to my LP provider. It's still high though. It's super super high, right? Compared to traditional finance, 20%
Yeah,
APR.
20%
It's
is
high.
definitely high
Correct.
compared to traditional finance.
Right. And then the fact that the volatility of the tokens, the growth, the value of the token itself could be jumped between 16 to 32 or even more in a year, right? That's kind of like, that's why 20% is become attractive. Even 15% is become attractive because the value of the tokens or the asset, and when it comes to the digital asset, is within 1 year period, if you do it properly, the growth is between 15 to 32%. And when it comes to volatility, so that's kind of like a rough number that I can give. So the value of the token increase between that range and then plus the APR on that pool is increasing between have those 20% APR lock. That's really very very attractive, right? Versus that you put your money in the traditional finance, as if you invest in the right token. So which I understand, there are a lot of people like thinking like, yeah, but this is not happen with the certain tokens, that they cannot even sell their token because their token is not liquid enough. So anyway, back again to the stuff. So on the Opal farm, you can launch your directly, you set up, that process is all on chain. And this is why I'm trying to help the ecosystem, the project founder that wanting to build and seriously wanting to build their project on the ecosystem. And I set up this farming pool so they can ask their holders to contribute to that LP pool as well, and incentivizing this LP provider with the layer 2 incentive, which is those token itself. So yeah, and this is also building the trust, right? While they are working establishing their project, building their platforms. So they push on the liquidity side by the contributions of their community. And this
And
is very
I want to expand on that a little bit too. So if I'm a brand new project owner and I'm coming to you to set up this farming pool, I am essentially providing you with my native token as a reward system for the people that enter the pool.
correct.
All
Correct.
right. Also, and I want to point out another thing too, guys, is that when these people enter your liquidity pool, single-sided XRP, it's essentially taking half of that XRP and purchasing your native token, which causes the token to go up in value. So the more people that get involved with the farming pool, receiving that APR, that APY, causes the token value to go up because more than likely they're entering in single-sided XRP, or they have to purchase the token on the other side and double-side into the pool. Either way, it benefits the token and the people that are getting involved with the pool. So I love that. Do we have a clap? We need a soundboard so I can throw some claps up here.
Yeah,
So
we're over here clapping in my mind. So I mean,
that
now we're just firing off those little synapses in my brain to get me thinking. I love it.
so that's correct, Tyler. So that's why what like what I said, right?
There's Adrian.
There we
He
go.
just
What's
comes
up?
in.
I'm hearing it now.
Adrian, you just appeared. Oh my goodness.
No,
Morning
I'm
time.
here. I'm here. I'm listening.
So yeah, so what happened is this is what I say, Tyler. If the project founder they understand this concept, right? Um people that have the control over their supply, meaning the control is not like they know on the tokenomics wise, they really maintain and organize that properly, like every expenses, every tokens that they put it out there as the rewards or anything is organized and properly and execute properly. You are not worried about how you're gonna move forward, right? Like there is a selling pressure or whatsoever. This is can be very very under your control. So that's what I meant here, which is I know it's hard for the people that launching the token through the first ledger, which is the meme token, especially because you just never know who's sniping those tokens at the beginning of the launch, and and they got your tokens with a very very low price, and then whenever the price pumping, and they're just gonna dumping your tokens because they see already like I got my profit already, and that things happen a lot, and I seen that. Um, I have some project founder came to me and just like, oh my gosh, I just losing this much of liquidity just because the price goes up, and then those people, this wallet are dumping. So when I look to that wallet, those wallet is basically getting their tokens on the launch, which is the sniper wallet token. It's not even individual token. It's individual wallet. It's basically a sniper bot wallet. So they set on the certain parameters, right? When the price is already met those certain parameters, basically those bot wallet is going to be automatically selling. And that's what happened. That's why on the meme coins, this is very, very critical issue, and you have to pay attention to this. That's why I always tell to the project founder when they are memes token, I say, be careful. When your price is pumping too high and too fast, because those sniper bot wallet that are that they have your tokens at the early stage of your launch, that those bot is already set on a certain parameter to sell when it's you reach certain amount of value of your tokens. And that's really happening, guys, and it's really happening. So I seen this also when all the money pumping up like crazy, right? And some people thinking they were the one that's selling the token. It wasn't their wallet. It was the sniper bot wallet that dumping those some of those tokens back to the market. So this is why people didn't realize this. This is how sniper bot is become one of the very honestly, this is also the sniper bot is also destroying the ecosystem, to be honest. Meaning that yeah, it's benefiting for only certain people that understand how to utilizing this system or these tools, while other people that doesn't understand the technical part or anything, they become the victim of these tools, right? So most likely it's only 1% benefit, but it's destroying more token project, and that's why you see there are not many token that launching, and they just launch few
Mel,
weeks and they gone.
you know they got that sniper bot, right?
Yeah,
You know how they did it, right?
yeah.
They turned on the freeze feature, right? And they released the token and allowed the sniper bot to buy it up. And then they froze the token and then they took all the liquidity.
You
Like a
see?
thief in the night.
You see, this is kind of like what's the problem with and if you are not technical person, you will not understand this. And this is why there are a lot of it's the victim is the people, because they're buying to that project, they're buying to that tokens on the assumptions that they will benefiting from that one. But the sniper bot, the people that abusing their ability and their capability, and because they're understanding about the technical side, because they just want a quick grab cash, or to get this XRP, they the one that benefiting from this. And this sniper bot is also the one that destroying meme market on the Solana. And so this is why um, you know honestly it's really hard to avoid it, because um, it's exists, right? Even in our ecosystem it exists. So how do we maintain this? How do we solve this problem? So that's, I think, my opinion is this problem only can be solved in the massive scale, in the meaning, like, if you have liquidity enough, or if you have enough liquidity provider that's supporting your ecosystem, then this is how you strengthening, and this is how you kind of like counterpart the attack of this this abusive
Yeah,
tools,
and Mel, real
so
quick. I see we got ATM with their hand up. It's probably Colton busy at work, but you got anything you want to add real quick, Colton? I know you're probably in and out.
Yeah, I'm pretty busy at work. I've been dropping in and out, if you guys have noticed. Um, the cyber bots that you're talking about, Mel, are they like exchange specific? So, like
no,
for instance, if there
no,
was an exchange that
no, they are not an
allowed,
exchange.
The
Mm-mm.
liquidity
say again,
specific, I would say, as soon as the liquidity drops in a project, they're targeted.
So the sniper bot is the bot. It's like the same like any other bot that doing the trade scalping on the DEX, for example. Back in the day, you that are quite that is like
It's like the Telegram, man. It's like a Telegram bot. It's just a sniper bot, and it's
no,
set.
no,
It's
it's not
set.
Telegram. Telegram is
Uh,
only the UI. The
okay,
sniper
well,
bot
yeah. It's
functioning, people giving. So some of the businesses, you see some of developer offering sniper bot services, right? But what they do with the sniper bot, on that developer that you have the UI on the telegrams, they still have to fighting with the other bot. So now imagine, those are services, right? The one that more dangers are the one that the developer created, and they don't even, they're not a business, they just do it for themselves, if that makes sense.
so I guess
So
what I was asking, Mel, is how like Bear launched, they launched outside of First Ledger, or, long before First Ledger existed. So, and I know you can create a token on Simon. So if you are to create a token off of exchange on the XRPL, and then somehow maybe found an exchange that would list that token, quite simply, would that avoid a lot of the early buys of a sniper bot, or would it not?
it did
I
not.
mean, if you
So
put a DEX order and you just set your price, say at 1 penny, for example, and everybody has to buy at 1 penny, just like initial coin offering, right? And the next buy order is at half a penny, for example. So you're only willing to buy at a half. Even if a bot tried to, snipe your token, they paid a penny for it, but they're only going to get a half a penny. It's going to disencourage the sniping process. You know what I mean? But they're going to have to go down on the price and lose money, right? Taking down the price. But that's a possibility to jump on the DEX real quick and to put a big sell order at a certain price to keep the volatility. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And yeah,
What do you think, Mel?
also we got
We have
Well,
recently
let me clarify something.
we also got some
When you
people with their
say
hands up. Just saying.
when you say it about exchange, you mean launchpad because we are talking about DEX here, okay, on the XRPL, not exchange. So it's a launchpad. First Ledger is a launchpad, like X Magnetic with your meme or tokens issue, and they are launchpad. So there are two different things here. How we issue the token on the XRP ledger, like what you just mentioned, we can do it on Zaman, and that's what we call it a standard way. This is what we issued the tokens back in the day since the 2021. This is a standard way where you issue the token, and this is the secure way, to be honest. That's why when people come to me, I will tell them use the standard way, not using the launchpad way, because the launch. And then here's the other part of it: the launchpad way. Um, it's exposed to all this vulnerability that I call it is a vulnerability. I don't care they're gonna be upset with me, but all those sniper and different stuff that's happening during the launch process, insider information inside this, all this, right? I call it vulnerability, and this is comes along with the launchpad issuing, and this is dangerous. And but it's a business, I get it. But I prefer to go on the standard way because in the standard way, there is an XRPL services, like what you said, which is launched by Nixer. The UI is provided by Zaman through the X app, where you can issue the token right there, and you have the control 100% over the supply. And if you want to burn certain liquidity the way that First Ledger do, then you just simply put some XRP there and burn through this auction mechanism. You create a pool and burn it by yourself to create a forever liquidity. You can do it
Great points there, Mel. And
I think
go ahead, all the mind.
without your token being exposed to all the vulnerability that on. So this is why there are two things also here. If you're meme, you want to get those hype, you want to get those momentum, right? You want to get those tensions. Probably you waited. The launchpad will be your best options because the traffic is there, the attention is there, and the hype is there. So that's why you chose launchpad, because of all those the good things that you see, the positive things that could help for your project to get more attention. Because on the standard way, you're not getting all those because everything is happen on the core protocols on the mainnet, right? So unless you're marketing it or you presenting it or you hyping it up through maybe you using call or influencers, then you will get those attentions. But if not, you will not get those attentions that you get when you or the tractions that you're getting if you're utilizing Launchpad. That's just the difference. And this is why if you are utility tokens, if you want to issue the utility token, I always say to people that come to me, go standard way. Like Nexus Water, when he came to me, he wanting to launch on the first ledger, and after I discussed with me, and I said to him, no, you need to go the standard way. Don't use the first ledger, because with the first ledger, you have to giving up. You only can have between 30 to 40% supply based on your dev contributions at the beginning of the launch. While on the standard way, you basically own 100% of your token supply.
Yep.
So you have a lot of room how you manage and organize the tokenomics. So, and this is what is different between the meme and the utility token. So from that, you can also, if you commit it with the forever liquidity, like how First Ledger implement with the burning LP, you can simply do it. I can put 1000 XRP, pair with the 1000 XRP value of my token, and burn it for forever liquidity through this LP token burning mechanism that you can do it yourself.
Brings up for scammers to do the same thing though. Like just as you can do this, like do this ethically, somebody could issue a token and basically not have any locked LP and just drain the token completely to zero real quick, right?
Well, that's already happened on 2021 too. You notice this is something.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Yeah, this is something we cannot avoid. We can minimize the risk, and this is. But if you think about it, right? with the people didn't. So what I understand is like this. Only recently this LP burning mechanism is become a trend that people start to understand. There is a burning mechanism on the LP where that create forever liquidity. Well, on the 2021, I'm going to be honest, when I came to the space on 2021, I don't even know that, right? Because at that time, AMM is not exist, right? So those people that, and when 2022, even when I launched Opulence, 2023, when I launched Opulence, I wasn't even aware about those LP things until recently when I start dealing with market maker, the volumes, bot, and all those things. I start diving into the market making back end and how that works, and I dive into the LP. I test it with X Hero Opulence. I even tested using my own token. And thank you, Adrian, for trusting me. And then Adrian giving up 5,000 XRP worth of token that I burn it on the LP, and to test what my logic and what I want to know more about the AMM. So that's why when it comes to AMM things, like I am really like so detailed that I can even put like now create the market making where I can bypass between the DAX order book and the AMM order book, because that's how we work, right? So then I preserve those liquidity that we have on the market maker bot, so then it doesn't get eaten up when someone dumped, or it doesn't matter if someone sell or whatever, the volumes is still gonna keep working. And that's what I implement on our system.
Hey Mel,
I'm actually a testament to that, man. I've got your market maker in Taz token and in Alliance token, and every day I'm watching the patterns in there, and I'm seeing that even though it's showing up on the DEX's volume, which is super important, guys, you need that volume, it's not eating away at the fees. So it's not your average volume bot. It doesn't eat away at the fees.
Yeah.
That's
Do you know?
Just real
Do you
quick.
know it takes us like months before I was able to do that. That's what I say. We were creating this bypassing the DAX order, and which is if there is a huge dump or whatever, that's often happen, and then draining liquidity and all those etc. And then with the AMM auction bot, which is that 24 hours, right? So we have to create this market maker bypassing those two order. Yes, go ahead, JD.
Yeah, I just want to make a note that we have a couple people that might not have a lot of time up with their hands up. I just
go ahead.
If we could just get to those real quick, because I know all the money. He's busy at work, and TC he's been waiting patiently.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're fine. So I just want to get these guys' questions answered. So all the money. Do you want to just? I don't know. Mel's on a machine gun mode this morning.
Yeah, I noticed. Thanks, Mel. You're like a book. I mean, once you open it up, like you can't stop turning the pages.
Yeah, basically.
Essentially, the reason I asked that specific question was because I can kind of imagine a solution to both sides of the problem. Like, not having a launch pad. Well, first of all, if you go through a launch pad, you're missing like the security and the fair launch aspects of going the standard way, as you mentioned, and then but vice versa, there's issues there too. But what if there was an exchange created where, let's say, Zaman, for whatever reason, decided to partner up and say, okay, yeah, we'll partner up with you, and then we'll assist in getting these tokens listed, and they can only be listed on the fair launch if they've been in Zaman for a certain amount of time and meet a certain criteria for listing.
Okay, regarding Zaman, because Zaman is self-custodial wallet, right? If you see with C and the gang, they are not promoting any tokens, regardless, right? Except the token is native to the XRPL, like all the stable coin. So because that's against the regulatory as well, so they cannot.
And just to be clear, I wasn't talking about them promoting other tokens. There's more like creating the infrastructure for a seamless way to get those tokens listed. Because I notice some people that launch through the standard way through maybe Zaman or anywhere else, they have a much harder time getting onto, let's say, a launch pad, simply because they weren't created on the launch pad. The launch pad had no control over how they set up stuff like that. But if you had two cooperating, I feel like this could be a solution to the issue. And maybe, that's the only reason I asked the question is because I can foresee somewhat of a solution to the problem.
Well, here's actually the to solve this. The launchpad has to, I think, it back again to moral and ethics. I think on the launchpad itself, just like it really depends if you want to attract people. So now you see how Solana starting getting faded, right? Because of the pump fund doing what they were doing. So at the end of the day, you see what happened. It became a lawsuit because there are more people that lost than people that benefiting from that one, right? Because of the abuse of the system. So the launchpad itself is good, right? The idea is good to bring tractions, to bring adoptions, for people to make it easy to launch the tokens and getting tractions and all those, etc. But there are a lot of effect, right? After the launch, and this effect is what turns to be like some people that probably lost a lot and they filed a lawsuit, right? And that could happen to any launchpad, to be honest. So the problem with ours right now, our ecosystem is small. The tracks, the volume is not still not too high, right? But which when so they think like, oh, as long as, so I think it depends on the focus. If you really want to focus on the number, then probably you will not care, because as much as people and you just bring all those hype and shilling, but people didn't, some people that not knowing this, there are a lot of things that vulnerable to this system, and they just bought into it and it caused damage to them than more the profit. And this is creating a long-term problem, because then our ecosystem is not attractive enough for the traders, right? Or so something like this. But if you put this as the guarded at the beginning, yes, you might get slow tractions, you might getting that slow, it's not really like establishing like what you want or creating number that you want, but this is creating a healthy and better ecosystem and the way how the standard practices, right? And that's why I know, as First Ledger was evolving and they started to have this anti-sniper bot. Remember that there is a system where there is an anti-sniper when you launch the tokens, if you sign up for that, but that is also cost people something. So that's another barrier right there. That's another entry barrier there. So, like what you said, how to solve this. I think for me personally, as a builder and developer, I think the ethics of the launchpad, the morals, it's for me, for myself. I'm not everything for number. Like it's more like, how do I see myself as an investor, and what do I want to see into certain things, and me putting myself as an investor instead of me putting myself as a developer or builder that just want to create quick revenues, to what I'm doing, because so that's kind of like a different perspective in every individual, how they run it, because that's the only solution. It's just a personal, how you set up your launchpad the way that you want it or the people want it, on your standpoint or on the investor standpoint. Yeah, because there's no way around it, honestly, because like you say, like I said in the beginning, there are benefiting something on the standard way, and there are few things, the positive things on the launchpad ways. But if you can manage, to be honest, both side, well, on the standard way, I think personally is much safer and much profitable for you as the dev or as a builder, because you will have control over your 100% supply and how you want to do it with those supply on everything, and organize based on your milestone or your roadmap that you are planning for your businesses. I think that will suitable the best.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer to that question.
I agree as well. Launching it the traditional way is going to be the most efficient way to take control of your supply while decreasing the amount that you initially invest to launch your token.
Right, and it looks like maybe Colton might have had to leave or something, or got pulled away for work. I just want to open the floor up to TC, and then we'll get some giveaways going because I have a lot to give away. So
Woo, giveaways. Hurry
Hey
up, TZ.
guys.
Hey, what's up, TC? How are you today?
Oh, not too bad. Thanks for calling me up, Jay Gray.
No problem.
Yeah, I was just gonna second. I mean, Mel probably covered a lot of it, but I'm a agree with you 100% that the standard way is probably the best way to go if you're actually creating a real project. As far as First Ledger goes, I mean, it's great for like a 1 day meme token to get that initial pump, but then you're gonna have about 2-3 months of slow dumping. And I've found with the tokens that launch with the higher LP, they set up more bots at a higher rate. Like that, it's what happened to ATM. It happened with a few other tokens I'm bed with when they launched with the try to put an even higher LP out there with 500. Or more. XRP launched at the initial launch. I know there's Mev bots. There's a few different bots that attack, but I think some of it might actually be First Ledger themselves that are making their sales and making their money off of it. And I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Um, and the other thing is, even if they throw the anti-sniper on it, that's almost worse because I'm excluded from the anti-sniper. First Ledger created the bot for the Telegram bot, which I've never actually used the bot. I just set up the Telegram app or whatever, and I've been blacklisted ever since from every single one. Same with a whole bunch of other people. So then it actually gets sniped even worse in a roundabout way, and nobody wants to get in when the sniper bot goes off because it's just a quick sell.
Yep.
So
100%.
like to me the best case scenario if you're going to launch a real project, have a little bit of a community already and a plan to how you're going to speak. Go to Stone Space or some of these other, open up some spaces, know some people, go into here wherever, talk to Gray, but launch it the standard way. Then you can also, like Mel was saying, figure out how much funding you need and where your sell points are. You can set the price. So put your coins out there at where the sell points on the DEX. Get all that lined up ahead of time so it'll sell off, and then create the LP pool with the price slightly lower than the DEX. So, and then you announce it. So then as people buy, you have a black hole DEX that doesn't have a ton in it, but they can, as it's going up, it can be buying from the DEX orders, and you're making your money as well to fund your project. And just be transparent with where those funds are going to be used for, if they're going back into the LP, if they're paying for DEX, if they're going to be used for future use case. The more transparent you can be, the greater. Like if you have all that set up and you have it in a white paper and you have all that ready to rock before you announce anything, your project's going to take off just like it would on First Ledger, except now you have 100% control and you will hit your prices for the most part. So
That is
thanks.
an awesome, that
Man, well
is the
said.
real awesome summary. I agree with that. That's kind of like my standpoint too. And then let me bring out about those market value that you said if you want a launch project. And that's where we have this market making. Everything that we built, that I built on the Uplands X, is actually what's solving the problem, filling the gap that this space is missing, which is actually for brand and for project. For example, when X Hero, I give the example X Hero because he's here. He launched through the standard way, and at the beginning he already have some value. So I tell him, let's change it. When I burn his tokens, over 5,000 XRP worth of token pair with my token, which is right now, our liquidity is over $40,000 lock, and that's already burned forever for X Hero and Opulence. And what I did is I built this market making services, right? A market making bot that I create value, like what you said. And this bot even already able to bypass the DEX order book, and it's bypassing the AMM order book also. So you basically, if you launch a new project through the standard way, like Nexus Water, he's from the beginning he launched the tokens to today it exists on the ledger. We are managing his token, and there is already value before the token even on the circulating supply, which is we only going to do it starting next week to drop his tokens to airdropping with a different mechanic, basically because he's using our market making. So I create the market value of his token after he create the LP pool. And this is something manageable, and it can be done and execute it properly, like what TC said, if you're not chasing for hypes, if you just plan it properly and, and make yourself visible out there and the project visible during the launch to the point where you want to get those tokens on the circulations, and it's always possible. It's just the way how you do it. But again, yes, that's exactly what my standpoint as well. And that's what my suggestion. This is why X Hero launched through the standard way. And so far they were successful. And, he continued building, he continued strengthening liquidity with the upper farm ecosystem as well. And then XDAUK, the DAUK token, that's also issue with the standard way, because when he launched the social impact project on the XRPL, I told him, don't go with the first ledger, because you're probably gonna own 40 to 30% supply, but that's it, and then you are at the highest risk of all those vulnerability that you cannot, something that you're not is unexpected then, and then you cannot handle it later on. And he followed my guidelines, and then right now his tokenomics, everything clean and clear and building. So the liquidity is become not an issue for him, because we tackle all those early issue that could potentially happen when you launch through the launchpad. Because not just at first ledger, let's be honest, there are tokens that launch on the XP market too at the beginning, the meme, right? And then there are some meme coin also that launch on X magnetic, and they are facing the same thing. How
Yeah,
many
they're
tokens?
all the same. I didn't mean to
Yeah,
just pick on First Ledger. Yeah, I did a lot with XP Market. I felt, it was nice because people would get airdrops on XP Market based on your percentage of XPM, but it was kind of the same thing. It was the
yep, it's
top
the
couple
same.
wallets got all of it, all
And
the airdrops.
and like what you say, the and this is another story. I have to say, because the project called Run, right? Not just also XP Market and First Ledger. This is also AI agent. What is this? AI agent platforms, the one that utilizing AI agent, because one of the token was called Run, and he was setting up the pool with Opal Farm, and I know him personally, Paris. That's his project founder. So when he launched through AI Agent Run platforms as the launchpad, he was using that launchpad to issue his Run token at that time. And then, like what you say, this is like is a really Shin wallet. Shin, the founder of the AI Agent Run, he was even bluntly using his own wallet, sniping this token at the early stage and dumping when the token price is going up. It's seriously this all I'm kind of like shocked, when he wrote his project, he explaining to me why that was happening, because he wasn't in control of his supply. And when I look and dive into the wallet that he sent, I was like shocked, because he couldn't continue, because every time the price going up, it just keep dumping, and he just like, I'm done, I don't have any more fun.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing. I mean, if projects know what they're launching and they know the name of it, or anyone does, if you give those secrets out ahead of time, they can pre-set up their sniper bot to buy up that supply of that token the second that name launches.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We were
So-
aware of it too with Lions here. We actually sent out a 0.001 XRP transaction, and inside that transaction was a memo, and that memo read when, where, and what time we were launching. Keeping those secrets are essential whenever you're planning on launching your project or launching your token. And just like somebody mentioned before, I think it was TC, gather your army, build up your project, and then launch it. Don't just launch on an idea, launch on a backbone, launch on a foundation.
Yeah,
Yep,
well
that's
said.
that's the way that I would go with. That's I always suggest, like what DC said, if you're really building something and if you know what you're doing, then go standard way, because you have full control of what you want to do, and managing it's easier in terms of how you build liquidity itself and build the trust with your community, that taking time, right? And get those support where your community will put at least, it's like a crowdfunding. The LP provider is like a crowdfunding basically, which helping us as the builder, while we're building, because we put, let's be honest, as a builder, we put more money on the development cost than we can afford on the liquidity pool. That is not that I personally, it's not that I cannot put more than what we have right now on the LP pool, but in the same time, every month there is a payroll that I have to cover for all my people to run the business, right? So that's why us as the builder, we put more on the operational costs that we can put on the liquidity. But this is why for me, the Opal Farm is one way to create this crowdfunding while you building and building the trust with your community, with your supporter, to contribute to what you building, and growing together. But again, don't overpromise to your community. Just continue building and create value of the tokens that you already issue. And that's, I think, that's why I, on the Opulence X, there are three things that I push it, which is the Opal Farm, that's to strengthening liquidity for the token project. The market maker services, which is, that's also, our market maker is also minimizing the attack of the arbitrage bot. You can ask Lion Tyler how his pattern he's watching. I share him the dashboard of the his market maker, right, the bot that we have, so you can see the pattern. Like, if you don't have the market maker, what happened is the arbitrage bot, all those volume created by the arbitrage bot, and the arbitrage bot is continuously selling your token because nobody buying it, right? So they have to keep selling your token. So what the market maker does, they create buy and sell volume. So that's why, when on a regular basis, for example, 1,000 transaction is created by the arbitrage bot, if you don't have the market maker services, on when you have the market maker services, from 2,000 transaction, you can see the arbitrage bot transaction probably only 200 to 300 within those 24 hours.
Oh,
That's
I
the
can actually
difference.
I can simplify it even further. When I go look at the deck screener for the Lions token, I have around 3,800 buys for the day, but I might have around 7, 8, 9, 10 sells. So you're able to track it very cleanly that way. And like Mel said, I've been watching the buys and the sells, and I keep up with the patterns. And what she has created over there allows her to avoid the fees, which is amazing as well. I've got it running in 2 projects right now. The Lions is currently using the market maker from Opulence, and also Taz token is using the market maker. I'm running them on 2 separate tokens to watch the patterns, because each of these tokens have a different total supply, and we're running them at different metrics too, to test the market, test these market makers, and test the tokens themselves, and see what they can handle, what it can't handle, and what the actions and reactions will be from when we alter these specifications on these things. So what she's created over there at Opulence is an amazing tool for every project owner and investor, whether you want to have a market maker inside of your chart to help fighting off those arbitrage bots from selling out, or if you want to try to increase some visual aspect of your AMM pool, to increase a crowdfunding and crowd raising aspect to where people will get involved with your project through the AMM pool, granting them trading fees that you provide through giving Opulence your native token as a reward system. All of this helping your project and the tools that are needed and necessary for growth. I'm super bullish on what Opulence has created for the ecosystem in the XRPL.
And I agree. There's a lot to be optimistic about with the platform. And we're currently about an hour and a half through this.
Giveaways!
Yeah, let's do some giveaways. So if you're missed out at the beginning of the space, make sure you like and retweet this space. That's all you need to get entered into winning some tokens or NFTs, because we're giving away both. So yeah, what do you guys say, Mel? Give away about half of these giveaways that you sent me.
Yes, let's give away those some of the tokens from our
Partners.
from our project alliance on the Opal Farm ecosystem. We have some token from Common Bird, which is Seabird token. Those Common Bird also, you know, when they started, oh, I love Jonathan. He's very passionate and very all the attack against his token. You know, he's been very patient. From the market cap only $80,000 when he first time came and joined our ecosystem under Opal Farm, and then he started utilizing our market making. If you look right now, Common Bird is one of the top 100 token project on the XRPL with $800,000 market cap from 80,000.
Let's go. Yeah, so
So let's giving 200,000 Common Bird. Is that 100,000 each or 200,000 each?
you tell me. I think the way you worded it with the opulence one
200,000. I think
to
200,000
to
each for
to
two.
each
Yeah.
people. Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll start. I still see the likes and reposts going. So we'll start at 5 of the opulence packages and then just work our way down and give away one of each of these
Oh,
tokens.
sure.
And
All
then
right.
that
Okay.
way we can just do it in like 2 rounds.
All right.
So who's excited
Sounds
for
good.
the
Remember,
giveaway?
remember, guys, like, retweet to space. That's what you got to do to enter. Throw a comment down in there too. Tag
Yeah,
3 friends.
yeah, only thing you're doing by commenting on my post is just helping your page, you know, and helping what people want to see, you know. Obviously the top stuff goes to the top, so the more people like a certain thing, your engagement's going to go up. I mean, that's pretty simple. But let me go ahead and hop into giving away 5 packages of 30k opulence tokens. So
Rolling.
yep, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now and then kind of push that tweet out and then we're just gonna have to work down the list. So, let's do the picker now. So we got
I
5.
hope it's me.
You said you hope
I
it's
need
you.
more options in my life.
Yeah, don't we all, brother? So, let's drum roll for these 5 contestants real quick. Brrrr, all the noises, all the spinner noises and everything. So, looks like Lambo X Apes. Mel, you won your own token, so you probably want to give that away or something. Ali, can you W2, Mornova Art, and GGC Vegan. All 5 of you well, all 4 of you just received tokens for opulence.
Nice.
Yeah, so let me just put that down on paper real quick.
I
Or
get a nice daily drip of opulence into my wallet. I get to see every day when I open it up.
yep, you want to take over for a second while I just write this tweet, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, of course. Just like I was saying, guys, Opulence has this honeycomb system, which is an NFT staking system, with many projects on there, including the Lions, Taz, All the Money, Tooth Token, Lambos on there too, Black Market Dogs, Seabird, Third Eye, and I'm sure I'm forgetting others. If I did, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but I know you're there.
I posted a link earlier that had like all the standings. I think it was like 28 or 23 uh, projects in total.
Oh, well, I'm gonna probably bring more
I
over
gotta
there.
say, guys, everybody in this space, this is like a dream team.
Yeah, man. Got the stuff,
I told
got the
you.
stuff and the
It
knowledge to
really
get
is.
it
You know,
done.
Yeah,
you
Mel's
come
out
in
there.
here, and a lot of people probably don't realize just yet, but a lot of the guys in here, we're just honest people, and you could probably tell the difference if you join different spaces. The way that people talk, how we talk about things, what we bring up. Like I'll come in here and talk about props with all the money sometimes, just for advice from this specific group of people, and to hear their thoughts on everything. I mean, I've called Tyler personally. I'm going to take his advice and start calling Mel if I can get her, her contact.
Good luck.
Yeah, right. The GC down here, the cryptologist, he's the CTO of All the Money, so it's Quantum. Me and cryptologists, we've talked for hours upon hours about liquidity pools and essentially how to utilize them or even manage them, which I don't recommend for a lot of people. Mel's reasoning for essentially burning the tokens is the best way, especially if it's making you money. I have a lot of experience with that because at All the Money, we have like $500,000 burnt into the LP, but we have a very low fee on our LP. So, Mel has a pretty useful tool in our eyes for essentially rewarding LP providers with, that have tokens. and we can airdrop those tokens to LP providers. And that's another way we can reward people for utilizing our LP system, even though we have a long road ahead of us to take over the voting power of $500,000. So,
That's
it's a great
exactly
thing.
what we are doing. That's one of the aspect. What is the my considerations when I set up this farming pool, the Opal Farm for the project, and I open it for the project, Carlton, is because what I see, if you look right now on the current structure, how the AMM XRPL token against XRP, most of the APR is really low. So that's why it's not attractive. Like I am not putting my money with those risks, with volatility and new project as the bargaining chip, right? And then only to get like less than 1% trade fees APR. I'm not gonna do that. And that's one of the consideration why we set up the layer 2 incentive, because I want the project to be more responsible to rewarding and the support of their LP provider while they're strengthening and building what they are planning to do with their project, but they rewarding enough for this early supporter by tokenizing the support, right? And rewarding with that like at least 15% APR with their token. And that's the reason why we have this layer 2 incentive, because I see the amounts of the with the AMM pool, with the trade fees only below 1%, right? And then the APR that they created by the tokens against the XRP pool is really low. Go look it up. So that's the reason why farming pool is giving extra reward, and it become attractive for the investor with the risk that they have to carry, with the amount of profit that they can get. That's still logical for me as an investor to accept, and that's the reason why I have this farming pool set up. At the beginning, was only meant for 3 projects. To be honest, it was only I created for Opulence, Joy from Snowman, and then TaxXRP, our partner. So I created that one was also because if you notice on last year when the start XRP pumping started October last year, right? XRP pumped like crazy at the end of October, November, December, all the way to January. We lose over 10,000 XRP liquidity because people selling our tokens to take profit, which is I'm fine with that one. They took profit, right? Because XRP from 50 cents going to $3, who's not going to take in profit, right? So we lose 10,000 XRP on our liquidity pool. So, and I said, okay, so what shall we do? So sometimes that things happen, right? Like when you challenge with certain circumstances, you have to rise and do something as a builder. So that's how I come up with the farming pool idea, because I said, okay, it's time for me to get the crowdfunding, supporting the liquidity and rewarding those 200 million opulence in a whole year for those people, instead of just giving for the people the token only for holders that just holding your tokens, and because we were given 1 billion token opulence in the first year just for the token holders. So, and we experienced a selling pressure during the XRP pump from 50 cents to $3. So then how I counter that is creating this farming pool. Right now, we currently have over 215 liquidity provider, and this is really, really crowdfunding. Although, yeah, I own 67% there of those total liquidity lock currently, but still there is 33% that's not belong to me. That's how I create this structure for the people, and all the things that I receive on like the reward. And this is also how I implement on the opulence token. So while other people have to, opt for auto drop rewards, for me though, because I own 67% of my liquidity pool, what I did is I never claim that belongs to opulence. And those that I never claim, it's burn every day to our burner wallet. So that's kind of like deflating my supply as well, without I have to crazy, doing just a traditional burning token without any increasing value. As
That
every
is
day I never claim those farming pool reward, those tokens are burned.
That's super interesting. I know you've been doing a lot of burning over there with opulence, as far as like when you set up your pools or when you set up your NFT staking, you have to send in a certain amount of opulence, and that opulence goes to the burner wallet. So what Mel is doing over there with the tools at Opulence and providing these tools with a payment by using the Opulence token and then burning that Opulence token, essentially lowering her supply consistently by people using these tools, myself included. That's super amazing, Mel. Like you're not even taking the profits from these tools. You're literally in the best possible way that you can reinvesting into the project.
Yeah, it sounds she's trying to build like a self-sufficient system, so everything's kind of efficient, and that's one thing I really like about Mel. Real quick,
Not only that, it's like no human error, no human involvement, almost to an extent to where it's automatically done.
And
That's
transparent, right? I
yeah.
share with you everything, and you can see it, you can track it. It's transparent, and I do everything on chain. I don't
yeah,
do anything behind the scene.
shout out to Mel. And
I love it personally. It's a great use case. It's the perfect
Now,
use case.
Mel,
Yes, Carlton, go ahead.
hey Mel. Now, whenever you say you're burning tokens, you don't ever burn tokens straight up, right? You burn them into the LP,
The
no matter
LP
what,
token
correct?
burn is different. When the deflationary asset, the one that we're talking about, I never claim, and it goes straight to the burner wallet. I create a burner wallet for Opulence. So any fees generated through our DeFi protocols, regardless if you register your wallet on the Honeycomb, for example, or you register your wallet on a society staking pool, or Tyler launched his Honeycomb, the fees all go straight to our burner wallet. So that's automatically burning because we implement this deflationary mechanism into the Opulence token.
So like I started up.
I've kind of always had the idea that.
Sorry, I was gonna say I started up Honeycomb yesterday, and it was 300,000 opulence tokens that got burned off with that.
Yep.
Right.
So yep. So all those fees, I never like other people selling the tokens, or no, I don't do that because I personally value what I'm building. I personally understand what it takes for me as a builder to build fundamentally 2 years starts up. I always say this to any brand or any people come to me for consultation. I always say you have to suffer for 2 years at least to build the fundamental of your project before you can take those profit. Because at this time, I personally never really selling my token, and I still contribute 67% of our TVL lock currently. And so I burn the tokens that earn from all any registrations or from the marketplace. If people using Opulence as their medium of an exchange as currency on the marketplace, all those funds that receiving is all going to burner wallet. So
That is amazing. Right. I don't know if you guys are hearing this, but Opulence isn't even paying itself for the services it's provided. It's literally reinvesting it back into the token by burning. Like,
yeah, and I investing on the people as well, meaning that I help people, and I want people to be successful in what they're doing, because I know it takes a lot when you're building as a new project on the ecosystem and you come with a really limited fund. And I don't want people to fail because you have to pay a lot of money for call influencer just for you to get visible, and then for the tools that you are using, to get your tractions, your enough volume so you can visible. Because let's be honest, the daily trade volumes is also what make the aggregators fetching your tokens to be visible in any aggregators like CoinMom, DAX Screener, for example. Daily trading volume is one of the point beyond top 100. They're gonna see the volumes that created by the top 100 tokens, basically, not just by the market cap, because market cap can be manipulated, right? But how the algorithm work on the DAX screener, CoinMom, they really look all these different aspects that make your token visible, which is your TVL log, the daily trading volumes, and beside all other aspects, right? Like your KYC, the number of your trust line, your holders, and all those other etc.
I might just
Yeah,
do
all
these
that stuff is
giveaways while
put
y'all
into
are
that.
talking, because I keep trying to find an entry in the conversation to give away these coins and stuff, but I might just do it
Jump
in the
in,
background.
man. Jump in.
I'm just trying to give them away. I got all the tweets ready and stuff. I just need to spin for
Do
them.
it.
So,
Do it. Roll it. Roll it. Let's roll. What are we giving away?
well, first off, we're giving away 200k Seabird tokens. So I'm gonna roll it right now.
All right, guys, hold on. Remember, you got to like, retweet, space if you want to be entered in.
Yep.
And throw a comment down there. Tag 3 people.
Yeah, yep, there you go. So, yep, that's the rules. And so the winner of these 200k Seabird tokens is Did-I Williams of Web3. So congratulations, you just won 200k Seabird tokens. Make sure you set your trust line, please.
Actually, I recommend that for everybody. You should head over to Opulence. I've dropped the link down in the comments. I would personally set a trust line for every token involved over there because you never know what they're going to do.
Oh yeah, because all those so we have a system where every airdrops that new project that coming and then wanting to airdrop their tokens, it's also given away to this 23 project within our alliance. So like recently we have Opulence to 5,900 trust line. We have Third Eye tokens to 4,191 trust line. So we share within our project alliance. So yeah, and we have another upcoming airdrop, which is Nexus Water airdrop. That's also going to be going to the 23 project alliance within the Opulence Farm ecosystem.
Let's go.
Ooh, that means set trust lines, guys. The more trust lines you set, the more chances you have for an airdrop. It's basically that simple. It could not be simpler. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. You're not tapping a game. You're not playing anything. You're just setting a trust line, sitting back and waiting for that airdrop to come to your wallet.
And
Boom.
real quick before we get to Colton with his hand up, the next winner is going to receive 50,589 tokens. So let me roll that out.
Oh, 589 CTOs. That's also one of my favorite. Yeah,
Yep.
he's been building as well.
So
yeah, he also has something coming up as well with the his other utility other than a 589 CTO, Corey.
Right, and the winner is XRP Express / Captain KV. Great guy.
Captain KV.
So I'm glad he's winning some of these tokens today. That's all.
Remember to set a trust line. Captain KV's always around.
Yep, I see him around in the. I saw him around in the metaverse the other day.
And 589 is one of the top meme coin as well. They have quite a bit of liquidity as well. So he is very good. Corey, very good manager in the way that how he run his project. I love him.
Yep.
I love him.
And so the next token we're going to give away is 15,000 Third Eye tokens. So
Third Eye, that's another my favorite. They are also one of the top as well. Dear Third Eye NFT first collection is also minted out. I think 777 NFTs, if I believe. They are also on Honeycomb. They are part of the Opal Farm ecosystem.
So let's find out who won.
Yep. So these two time what? 25,000 or 15,000?
We're doing them one at a time. And,
all right.
All right. Real quick before we do them, Greg, can we drop the Third Eye link for their collection?
In a minute. Let me get these tokens out.
They already minted out. Their collection is minted out.
Oh, the collection's minted out, guys. So
yes.
If you want to get it on the secondary market.
But they're coming with the new collection for larger collection, 7,777 for 2 XRP each. It's coming, and it's a 3D Pepe kind things. So yeah,
that's the alpha call right there.
Yeah. They are coming with the new collections for 7,777 that they are preparing. Also, staking on the Honeycomb will be live as well during the same time they launch it.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yep. So let's figure out who won. So you're about to win some Third Eye tokens. I'm doing fingernail clips instead of claps. But looks like the winner for that is going to be Colton Adams.
Oh, nice. You got
Colton, you're always lucky. Oh my goodness, Colton. We need to wipe you off from the X picker.
You cannot be liking and retweeting the
We
staking
should
wallet.
exclude you.
Yeah, he's in here promoting his page from the ATM page and his own personal page. So shout out to Colton.
Oh, thank you, Carlton.
Yep. And so it looks like the next one is going to be 25,000 XRH tokens.
Wait, I won something?
You won something, brother. You won
Yeah.
15,000
You won
third eye
again.
tokens.
Third eye token. Oh my gosh.
Woo, woo.
You
There
better
you
have a
go.
trust line set.
Yeah, make sure you got the trust line set, and I'll be DMing you later after the space to get those out to you. So congratulations, Colton. And just moving on, we're about to be giving away 25,000 XRH tokens. So let's spin to win those. The winner for this XRH token is John Wick. I keep seeing him posting stuff on the space, so I appreciate that that love and congratulations on winning this giveaway.
Nice. That engagement raises your chances, guys. That's why we're saying like, retweet, throw comments down there.
Yeah, and you're just getting free tokens at this point. So I mean, you know, who can argue with free tokens? I mean, that's just, you know, come on, guys.
Free money.
It's free money, essentially. But
It's better
hold
than
on
a
to your
lottery
tokens.
ticket. I mean,
Hold on to your tokens, and there'll be even more money later. Let's go.
No, and all those token, you can actually, if you earning those token, you actually can contribute to their LP pool on the auto farm to
Exactly.
earn auto daily another token. So you kind of like want to generate more, you know, with like probably like 50,000, let's say 50,000 that you want 50,589 token, right? That's currently worth about 3 XRP. So you basically simply pair those 589 with 3 XRP to earn another 589 tokens in the daily basis with 30% APY. I think his token is right now at 30%, I think, for a 589 farming pool. And then if you want those Seabird tokens, for example, 200,000, currently worth about 4 XRP. So those tokens, if you pair with 4 XRP, you can earn Seabird tokens. I think his APY is higher, about 40% on the farming pool. So you want to leverage what you already have or you want today on the auto farm farming pool to earn more of those tokens in the daily basis without you don't have to do anything. You basically simply hold, register your wallet there. There is 300 opulence burned during those registration wallet and done. For 365 days, you will receive all those auto drop to your wallet in
Yeah,
every day.
How can
and
anybody
it
complain
just
about that?
compounds. It just compounds.
Yep. Or you can compounds every day. Yep. That's definitely compounding automatically.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Basically, okay, guys, just to simplify that a little bit, head on over, if you win, or even if you don't win, head on over to the Opal Farm staking pool, connect your wallet. It's 300,000 opulence, which goes to the burn.
No, not 300,000. Only 300 opulence for register your wallet.
Only
Yes.
300 opulence. Oh my God.
Yep.
That's wow. That's so cheap. Okay.
Yep. If you contribute to those pool to register to get their daily rewards every day, it's only cost you 300 opulence one time for registration wallet. That's it.
There you go.
Okay, so I believe that's like 25 cents, 20 cents at today's dollar value. Maybe less than that.
There you go. Well, yeah.
So guys,
I mean,
what
there's
you got to
plenty of
do is you got to
reasons.
head over there and you got to take your winnings and you just pair it with XRP and you double side in there, and you're gonna make a native token on top of that, and it's gonna compound in. So who knows where 589 is gonna be in a year? Who knows where Third Eye Miracles is gonna be in a year? Who knows where any of these tokens on the farming pool are going to be in a year, but there's something you do know, that you will be receiving more of it throughout the year.
And that's a lovely feeling.
All these token, they are very liquid. If you look on the TVL, their lock liquidity against their market cap, all the tokens that you are winning today is basically they're all liquid tokens. They are not just shitty token that you cannot cash out, and then they are really a true builder. I know what they are doing on the background. Like example, Third Eye, Nicholas. I've been working with him in the background, helping him set up this, set up that, right? He's building an app that balancing the health and mind and body, and then because he's passionate about the balancing about our human body and mindset and all those etc. So it's a little bit delay, but it's coming. So Corey, in the other hand, 589 CTO, he also have something on the backgrounds that he's releasing, and they're really hardworking people, and they're very committed and passionate about the Web3. And Jonathan from Common Bird is the same thing. He's doing everything that he could, to create utility and use case for his tokens. And now I think he has the game coming, and then he just minted out his collection as well. The Common Bird first collection, NFT collections, is all minted out, and also on the Honeycomb as well. So yeah, these people are really, really people that really building and creating something behind the scene, not just stopping on the meme coin, just meme, So they are really, really great people.
Yeah, and
I'm going to repeat those projects, guys. That is Common Bird. And also, let's see, who else did you say? 589 CTO. And
589
also,
CTO.
Yep. And the last one, Mel, would you repeat it for me?
Common Bird.
Common Bird was the first one. 589 CTO. And
yep. And Third Eye. Third Eye.
Third Eye Miracles, guys. Each one are involved inside of the Opulence ecosystem. Each one have a NFT collection. Get involved. Go over to Opulence, check it out, see what they've got building.
And real quick, does anybody remember the last coin I gave away? It was the Third Eye tokens, right?
Yes, it was Third Eye. Mm-hmm.
All right, so
next... Oh no! XRH, the rabbit hole.
So.
The rabbit hole. Yeah, the rabbit hole.
I thought that was right, but I wasn't quite sure. So I still need to give out FPT tokens and a Lambo Ripcord NFT, and then we can get back to discussions.
Oh, FPT, Freedom Phoenix. Yeah, I love Freedom Phoenix. Yeah. Ash from Freedom Phoenix is also great person to work with. Everyone's that within the Auto Farm ecosystem, if you notice, I really work with people that really, really passionate about what they're doing. 589 CTO, Common Bird, Jonathan from Common Bird, Nicholas from Third Eye, what's the name? Alan from The Rabbit Hole, XDAO, Deets from XDAO, Java from Chill Guy, Lambo X8, Brian. I have to mention him or he's going to be upset with me. Lucy from 666, Freedom Phoenix, Ash from Freedom Phoenix, Snowman from Val from XJoy. Who else that I miss? Will from Tex XRP, Thomas and T-Boone from Finn the Shark. They're all great people to work with, So if you missed it, those projects on the Apple Farm ecosystem, they are not someone, they don't care about, like all those visibility, like, oh, this is trending, they don't care about that. They focus on building on the background, they're quiet, and they just keep building and creating value of what they believe on the Web3 ecosystem.
Guys, I just want to point out something real quick here. If you didn't notice what I noticed, Mel just named out these projects and project leaders by name without forgetting them. That's how close contact she is with them. That's how often she works with them, that she knows them by name and remembers their name and the project that they're with. I think she just listed out 10 projects. I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive that Mel's able to, categorize all these people and, help them out in their own specific ways. But just real quick, let's get these FPT tokens away. So, real quick, like I said, all you need to do is like and retweet this space in order to be eligible to maybe win something. So the person who's going to win these FPT tokens is Cyrod, Danny Rod. I know he's a good guy, so I'm glad it's going to another good guy.
Oh, nice.
So, just make sure you set your trust lines, Danny Rod, Cyrod, whatever you want to go by, and then we'll get those out to you by the end of by like tomorrow sometime.
So those who win FPT token, if you pair FPT with XRP on the Opal Farm pool, this is also the cool part of Ash ecosystem. He created a really, really unique tokenomics on the way that how he rewarding his community. So those that contribute to FPT and XRP pool earning ODC token, Odyssey. So that token is rewarding token on Freedom Phoenix ecosystem, by the way. And those token is also the one that the loyalty reward tokens on the Honeycomb for Freedom Phoenix Odyssey collections, NFT collections.
Here, there you go.
I've actually
And
got some Freedom Phoenix NFTs in my wallet, and I get drops of ODC, and they've been pretty valuable if I'm honest.
there you go. And
Yes, Ash has something also coming on his background that he creating a game. Because Ash came originally from Flare Network before he really starting on the XRPL. Ash is also a very good person and very comfortable to work with him. And he has jungle radio every morning as well because he live in Australia, so his time zone is kind of like in the Australia time zones. He every morning he has those jungle radio requests space calls. So you want to hop in, he will drop some alpha here and there also during those space usually.
there you go. And real quick, I just need to share this link over here, but I'm going to give away this ripcord if you want to talk about that.
Woohoo!
Tell
I
me-
let Lambo X Ape talking about that because this is his ripcord Lambo X Apes editions. So let him
Lambo,
talk about that.
Oh, I need to learn about this ripcord. I've heard so much about it. Lambo, please. You're on mute, my man.
He's sleeping. Ray got a resident. There he goes.
Hey, give me just 1 second.
Yeah, he's taking care of
I'm
something.
carrying a bunch of stuff up some stairs real quick, so just hold on.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and spin for the winner.
I joined the Ripcord NFT. I should have joined a long time ago, and from my understanding, it airdrops all the tokens that are involved in Ripcord quarterly to all the holders of the NFTs, right? And the NFT sales from the Ripcord go into the liquidity pool to get rewards for those tokens to be airdropped to those NFT holders.
There you go.
Let me add something to this. So when we launched the Opal Farm at the beginning, at the early stage, there are quite a bit of people not understand or they don't have enough understanding how the AMM pool work, how the farming pool works, right? So they simply just doesn't want to, they're not tax savvy, but they wanted to contribute to the ecosystem. They wanted to help, to support. So that's why Surreal Idea came up with this idea where the Ripcord NFT is basically representing all those token projects within the Opal Farm Alliance, while just by holding those NFT, those people that doesn't want to get headache with the farming pool or anything will get automatically drop every quarter from all those tokens within those alliance. So that's what it is.
And it's catching attention, I don't want to spill the beans or anything, but other alliances are looking to do something very similar to that. And it's great.
Carlton is the one.
Yeah, you already know, But yeah,
wait. What happened?
And y'all started something. You started a new trend,
I mean, I can be both of part of both alliances, can't I?
Yes, Lions, you absolutely can. Hey, by the way, the thing that I wanted to do, I actually reached out to Mel about recently, and I was asking her how can we streamline it on our side so that we can remain, as busy as we can with everything else we have going on. I almost want to shill it again because it's going to take a lot of speaking engagements to tell everybody what's going on with all the money and what we're doing with the cards and everything.
Yeah, you just gotta wait until we can set up an ATM stream. I know we've been
Go for it.
You're right.
Go
I wasn't
for
going
it.
to, Gray.
I wasn't
going to.
No, I was thinking maybe Sunday we can, but we'll have to see. Well, I know weekends are hard for people. Maybe we can do Wednesday or Thursday afternoon next week. But yeah, actually, let me just give away this last ripcord so I can move on.
He's trying to give everything away too fast.
I feel like I need to. I'm gonna have to go back as soon as we're done with this and give out all those prizes again, so that way we'll be on
so
time.
whoever win those Lambo X Apes Ripcord NFT, you guys can expect the quarterly drop from let me see, Opulence token, 589 CTO, Rabbit Hole, the XRH token, X Hero, of course. I forgot Adrian is next to me. Sorry, Adrian. And then what else? Chill Guy 666. That's right. Freedom Phoenix token, Snowman X Joy, Is there anything I missed? Oh, right there, Dirk. Talk. Surreal idea. Let me invited him to talk because he is the
And
the
let me give out
mastermind of
this.
this ripcord.
Let me give away real
Yep.
quick. Yeah.
Hold on, let's let Greg give this thing away,
Yeah,
and
so
then
that way I can
we'll
keep
talk about it.
keep on my schedule and everybody can keep on schedule. So I'm picking the winner now for this Ripcord NFT and all those noises, and it looks like it's going to Ali's Candy UW2. I always have a problem with that name. But
As he runs
congratulations.
forward. Oh, awesome! He's part of the Expector Army. Nice.
Yep,
All
yep.
right, so let's hear about this Ripcord NFT. What's this
Well,
functions?
Spectre,
What does it do? How's it work? Who gets rewarded? I want to know more.
Okay, so as it sits right now, there are 9 tokens that are part of the Ripcord NFT project. And there's a 10th on the way, which is Lambo X Apes. Those NFTs need to sell out before September 1st in order to get drops to be part of the Q3 drop. But they will, as soon as they sell out, all the funding will go into the AMM pool and start gaining rewards. And so even if it's the next quarter, it'll be fine. They'll still get that as a reward. But right
Understood.
now there
Understood.
are,
Question for you, my man. Where can people purchase these Ripcord NFTs?
they are on the Opulence Marketplace, and there's a website called ripcordnft.com. You can get a link right there to it.
All right, ripcordnft.com, guys.
Yep.
.com.
they'll give you a list of all the trust lines on the website too.
And they are, by the way, they are also society staking eligible collection, and they also honeycomb eligible collections. So there are multiple reward system on those Ripcord NFTs, by the way.
Yeah, so they get daily opulence dropped to them as well.
Let's go.
And
From the
how
honeycomb.
much are these NFTs costing at the moment?
10 XRP.
$1 million.
$1 million. $1 million.
I think with
That's only 10 XRP. That's why, it's no brainer, because those 10 XRP, you can get it back within just one quarter of those things. It's just like, really, it's no brainer. But we do this
Don't
because
tell me that. I'll go in there and mint like 10 of them.
because we do this to help the new project like XDog, XHero. We want them to grow, because we know they still need time to build. They're just coming. So that's why we help them strengthening liquidity, building the trust with your community to make sure your token is always liquid, more than just hype and shield and all those things. While they're building, we help them strengthen liquidity in the way that we can. So this is how the Opulence X community helping the people that on the project that we support within our ecosystem.
So, guys, let me break that down for you real quick. All of these projects have come together and put a supply of their token into a vault, from what I'm understanding. And these NFTs are connected to that vault. So, the more NFTs, the more Ripcord NFTs you receive, the more rewards you will get over time that will be automatically dropped into your wallet. As long as you have the trust lines connected. Make sure you connect those trust lines. And that's all you got to do. That's it.
That's correct.
And every pool on the farming pool, you can set the trust line there as well. We're providing, if you are a new users, you don't have those trust line, those every single page is there from 589, Common Bird, Third Eye Pool. They all have this trust line that you can click and set it up while you contribute to their liquidity pool as well.
Oh,
And
that's
I don't
all.
want to
Yeah.
get too much off topic, but Expector has been setting up huge liquidity pools with a lot of projects that are building an Expector, right? And what that's going to do is, like, as tokens start getting exchanged, say like through ATM, right, all the money, and basically, like, say that I'm swapping LAX for Expector, it's not going to trade off the XRP pool. It's going to trade off of the Expector LAX pool, for example. And that's where the liquidity will be drawn from instead of pulling from the XRP pools. And eventually, a lot of the tokens are going to be traded within the Expectorverse with each other, with liquidity pools that are established with these different tokens, moving value in between them and not necessarily trading off of the XRP pools either. So
I mean,
it's going to be
JT.
interesting,
Yeah,
man.
I'm here. I know.
Hey, I've seen Cookie's hand up for quite a
Yeah, I
long
was.
time, and I'm pretty interested in hearing what he has
Yeah,
to
I'm
say.
also interested. So make sure you guys, if you're talking, to be just aware of other people that might be raising their hands and don't just butt in. It just out of common courtesy. Um, but Cookie, this is your time to speak. If you would like to introduce yourself or anything we're talking about right now, um, go ahead.
Hey guys,
Hey, Cookie.
I was going to chip in earlier, but it's been a minute. But I was going to query the burning of LP tokens, like where the intrinsic overall value is to a project, like giving up liquidity, full stop, or control over LP. I don't think it's net positive for a project at all. And you need to remember as well, with the way that AMM pools work, is they mint more tokens as people add to it. So like this fractionalization of the AMM, where you burn and everyone gets slightly more for their share, that gets diluted when more people add liquidity.
Was that like a question, or I know you
Are
kind
you
of wanted to.
saying that?
It was more of an observation. So like from a standpoint of the benefit that's been projected there, like I'm wondering whether there's further benefits that are there that you see, because like the most important thing in my world running farm is that LP control and supply control are the two most important things in a token project. If you don't have either, you're in a world of pain because you're at the whim of the markets, you're at the whim of your holders. So having like really clear LP control is super important, and burning LP tokens to improve slightly people's allocations of the AMM pool, I just don't see that as a net positive overall.
Mm,
And then
I
go on.
disagree with that, Cookie. It depends on what your preference, because of the if the burning LP token is not something attractive, then it will not be a features that we can utilize. So depend on what your intentions. Because here's the thing, let's be honest. Like when the meme coin launches on the first ledger or any launchpad, it requires certain LP tokens to be burned to preserve forever liquidity, and it's needed to lock those certain amount. So what that do is preserving liquidity. Because if, for example, you as a token project, right? There is always potential risk. Like say 90% people that issuing token will not successful. Let's be honest. So this forever liquidity at least will help the people that holding the token can always sell the token even at the minimum value of those lock liquidity forever, because there is always those liquidity.
But
So I
if you're
disagree.
burning
So it,
liquidity in an established project, I don't understand
no,
the thought process there.
if you burning the token, so I'm not asking you to burning the whole LP token. For sure, that will be disadvantage for you, because you won't take incentive. You want to have profit out of those LP pool or those contributions of your LP provider. But for the user standpoint, this LP, if there are certain LP burning as forever liquidity, this is important for the users to understand that they can always sell the token or their holding, because there is always liquidity there. But I don't suggest you to burn your LP tokens in the way that like over exaggerating. No, for sure it's not. But for example, for a new token like X Hero, I was burning 5,000 XRP worth of opulence against 5,000 XRP worth of X Hero, and that deepening their liquidity and my liquidity right now over $40,000 on the TVL lock. So
I
and
want to butt in here and just
Yeah, just make
clarify.
sure we do have hands up. So
Yep,
Alliance, if
yep,
you
yep.
can just
So the
We're gonna.
LP burning can be beneficial in the way that if you execute that properly with the proper amount, not saying that it has to be like certain. If you have certain target, for me, for example, and you have those supply, so and then you want to get those supply out of the circulating supply, but without reducing the value. Because let's be honest, if I just burn 5 billion opulence right now, which will make my supply from 10 billion down to 5 billion. Those 5 billion token will reduce my market cap from $2.5 million to $1.25 million. So that doesn't do anything besides cutting a half of my current market cap because I'm running with half supply.
Yeah, no,
But
just
but on the LP burning cases, for example, the 100 million opulence that I burned with the X0 tokens, those those circulating supply is still counted, and it doesn't change my market cap. That's another part of it.
And just real quick, I know Cookie had his hand up. If we can just have Cookie respond and then maybe TC butt in. I just want to respect people that are waiting with their hands up.
I'm more than happy for people to jump over me if need be.
I just know that TC came up with his hand raised, so he's got something to say. I didn't know if you wanted to respond first.
Yeah, I mean, my response would be that burning is you're burning it. Yeah, when you burn a token, that's a finite action. And a finite action when you have a longer term project of any sort. Most people go into projects thinking it's going to be at least longer than 3 minutes. So if you're going to run a project and you burn supply, you remove that liquidity. And I think what people lose in translation as well is liquidity isn't just the AMM. Like liquidity is treasury assets. Liquidity is order book liquidity as well. Having buy and sell side on the order book, that actually protects the AMM. So burning supply, in my opinion, is net negative overall. Like it's actually an indicator of poor tokenomics overall, because in
I agree
essence,
with
you're
you.
saying you had too many tokens in the first place.
I want to clarify some things real quick because I think we might be misunderstanding a little bit.
Yeah,
Mel
there
has
is a different interpretations there. Yeah,
And
because
real
what
quick,
the
I know.
terminology burn when we actually mean black hole.
Yeah.
So when she says burn LP token, she means put it into the black hole wallet so that it can never be touched again. Therefore, it just continuously grows over time and generates those fees within.
Just real
I
quick.
understand that, but you don't earn those fees. No one
No,
earns
you
those
don't.
fees. The
No,
fees just roll up in the fees just roll up into the black hole account.
correct.
So you lose all ability to influence the liquidity on the project when you burn those tokens.
And real quick,
I don't think.
Wait. No. That was wrong. The LP burning tokens that I meant is the LP burning mechanism on the AMM through the auction bid 24-hour auction bid. So the token might say remove from the circulating supply, but the value is remain. It doesn't change anything. And that's what the effect of the LP burning mechanism. It doesn't change the value of your market cap, but it removes the token from circulating supply without changing the value. And in fact, it's increasing the value.
Yeah, it removes the LP from the circulating LP token supply.
Right.
But the LP tokens are continuously minted. So when someone else contributes into the AMM for the first time, the pool mints new tokens to replace them.
And real quick, I just want to get TC in to say something. Go ahead, TC.
Cookie, just want to touch on it. When they're burning the LP, like in the auction system, so what's happening, the LP pool tokens that are getting burnt, it reduces the LP, how many tokens there are in the LP, but everyone's share goes up slightly. So anybody new buying in after that is paying more for less LP pool tokens. So, which is adding more into the LP. So they're having to pay a higher price to get into the LP, increasing the LP pool altogether. So it's not like they're burning your share and then somebody new can buy in with less money and get a larger share. It's doing the opposite of that. It's just a roundabout way. Now, I think you guys are kind of touching on a few different things there and hopping around. It's very different compared to like burning just tokens. And I don't think they were talking about that, because Mel's right. You burn your tokens, it's kind of a pointless endeavor because you're just reducing your market cap. Yeah, I guess that's the main points I wanted to hit on. Thanks, Ray.
No problem, and thanks for kind of putting in there.
Yes, DC, that's a very good explanation. I'm not talking about burning tokens, just burning in the like a natural sending to the black hole wallet. That's not what I meant. What I meant is the burning LP to increase those value without changing the removing the tokens from the circulating supply through this auction bid without changing the value. In fact, it's increasing the value, because right now, for example, like this, if one token worth, I mean, if 1,000 token worth $1, each token value will be 0.001, right? So if right now there are on the LPD auctions bid, for example, on the share pool, it's reducing the amount of the token from 1,000 to 500 because this 500 was burned. The value is remain at 1,000. So the portion is bigger, like what TC was explaining, and so the next people that contributing to that LP pool also have less in the way that they contributing is they have less entry than versus those people that already in there. So that's how you increasing the value. But I don't. So if you are right in one point, on the one standpoint, if you burn against the XRP tokens on the native as the native currency, for example, 100 XRP versus, for example, 100 XRP value of farm tokens, right? If you burn that, the one that benefiting is those that contributing to those farm and XRP pool. But for you yourself, if you burn those tokens, of course you got nothing. If that makes sense. But those people that contributing to your farm XRP pool are the one that benefiting from those burning LP, which is because their value is getting higher. Your share is from originally, for example, like now, if I burn 67% of my TVL liquidity lock on the XRP pool on Opulence XRP, those 67% will be distributed among the other people right now, 214 LP provider within my ecosystem, within those pool. So yes, I don't get benefit from those pool because I burn my tokens, I burn my LP, but those 214 LP provider within the Opulence XRP pool, they are benefiting from my burning token. And when the Opulence token itself is gonna goes up with me doing that. That's the benefit of it. So depend on how you seize it. Again, like I say, depend on what you wanna, how you execute that. What's your plan regarding your token? Again, for me personally, LP burning mechanism is one way to burn the tokens from the circulating supply. Removing the token from the circulating supply without removing their value, without affecting their market cap. This is the best way to do it. So instead of me burning 5 billion tokens right now, just from the circulating supply, I would rather burning those 5 billion tokens with the different extra pair like X0 token or XDAO tokens to create forever value for the people that contributed to the LP provider, and without me removing or reducing the market cap of the Opulence when I took those 5 billion away from the circulating supply. So there is a way of the strategizing things, how you do it, that will affecting your token project or token value.
So my main point here, though, is it's the loss of control over that LP that you give up as a project. You're essentially, through this burn mechanism, you're passing it over to other LP providers within the eco, and there's positives to that for sure, because you're increasing their share and you're increasing their control over the LP, but you remove your project's ability to manage large spikes up and large spikes down in value through control of the LP. Like, the control of the LP is everything in a project, because you're able to protect your holders better. And when it comes to mixed up liquidity, if you're suggesting sort of burning, say, an Opulence 589 pool, for example, to burn the liquidity from there, you're having the net effect of thinning the liquidity on, say, Opulence token and 589 in that situation. And that is good from a perspective of potentially price go up action on the tokens, because you thin liquidity and therefore, you know, you're thinning supply, so therefore you're creating an upwards flywheel. But there are the downsides to those trades, because those trades aren't just people buying. You have the ARB opportunities that's going to produce, and you have less ability to manage that ARB as well, because you no longer control the LP. Like, controlling ARB is everything, because yes, you might have a swap that someone swaps from one token to another through pathfinding, but ultimately what's happening is there's XRP exiting the system in that trade at some stage. It's either going via your pool or via one of the paired pools. It goes via like a 2 or a 3 hop mechanism.
Speaking about control, right?
Yeah, we
I
also,
think.
just real quick, we got like 4 people with their hands up.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Does anybody want to butt in just in response to Cookie? Or Colton, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that I can see both of the points pretty easily right now. From Mel's perspective, I mean, I agree with both. Burning the LP tokens it's a good way of a metric to incentivize traders that are coming in large or exiting large for that volume, because that way it instills confidence that they can enter and exit without somebody managing the pool and then taking it out, and all of a sudden they're left holding a bag because someone larger than them got out before them. And Cookie's perspective is essentially running the project himself and being able to control the price action. The example I use a lot is the Brad Garlinghouse thing on stage. If there was an opportunity for me to exit all of the LP um, during the first 5 minutes of that scenario, our market cap probably would have shot up a lot higher. Than we could double side enter back in. And then we'd probably be a lot better off right now, because the order book would have taken over during the hot buying, and then it could have cooled down on the LP on the downside. So essentially, what both of these people are saying is that there are plus and minuses. It just depends on how you're running the project. And I think from Mel's perspective, operating as a side, just a side set and forget, it's going to be burned kind of a pool, and she's going to operate her business long term and forget about it. I think that's a good way to do it. And then I also think that Cookie's way is probably a great way to do it as well, to make sure that you can manage that liquidity to the upside and to the downside during any events, especially when you're watching the market and trading against the chart. But in Mel's defense, it's probably better to do. The burning is not a bad idea if you're operating a business and that's where your focus is. Cookie's way is, if you're watching the chart and you're playing the game to try to protect all of your holders, against the chart. Now, for me personally, I don't. I understand the market enough to see both points of view, but I'm not sure if I would be in the camp of, if I would feel confident enough removing liquidity or adding it back in and all that stuff. They say that 90% of traders fail, and I feel like it's the same thing. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's my 2 cents.
Well,
very well put there, Colton. And let's hear from Lambo, then TC.
Okay, so this doesn't count for all projects, but on most projects, 589, 666, the ones that started on First Ledger, most of the liquidity, the biggest AMM provider is going to be the locked liquidity, which makes up almost 50%, sometimes 60%, 40% of the entire AMM pool. So when you do like a single-sided withdrawal of your token out, and essentially burning XRP, I guess, into the other AMM providers, a lot of it's going to go into that locked liquidity of 50%, 60% that makes up, right? It's going to go into there, and some of the other people that are also have contributed to the AMM pool will get some of that as well. But a lot of it will go to that locked liquidity. And I can tell you one thing: when you first start the token, there's way too many tokens in that AMM pool. That kind of saved my ass, was to single side out a bunch of tokens so I could push the price up to prevent people from getting it too cheap and making huge gains later on, right? It was never to sell them off. It was to reduce that supply of tokens in that top AMM, pulling it from that locked AMM pool. So it was my way of getting them out of there, and you know what I mean, to push that price up. So I mean, there's just different advantages. I think it's a developer tool, and how you use it. You use it properly and do it the proper way. It can use to help you. but it can also be used to hurt you as well. So, and understanding it is the number one key. I think it's the most important thing.
And yep, let's just head on to TC to butt in, and then just keep it flowing around the panel a little bit.
Yeah, I hear both your guys' points. I lean more towards Mel, but for her, it's nice because she has like a way that's generating fees to earn the burn, and she's looking at it from a business perspective. And to be honest, like from what I've heard from other chains like Solana and stuff, what they're gonna come over to, they're gonna be want to dump, they're not going to want to dump 10 XRP. They're going to want to dump 100,000 into a coin, 10,000, 100,000, $1 million. And the only way they're going to do that is if there's a huge black hold account, LP. So getting the black hold portion up is beneficial, and it's going to benefit everybody overall as well, because the value is going in there, and that will be one of the largest fee earners. The only hard part I have with it is a lot of these pools were set up initially with like that pool has a 0% vote on it for a lot of tokens, unfortunately. So personally, if it was me and it was set up like that, and you still have, and you're planning on doing something like this, but your token has like a 0% fee on that black gold account, just create a new wallet and black hole that wallet and create it, set it at like a 1% fee, and then start sending tokens to that wallet instead. That's black gold. But either way, it's there's benefits to both, but there's a lot more work involved trying to pull tokens in and out, and there's a lot of negatives that come along with that too, because a lot of people don't know what you're doing, and when they see the project owners withdrawing or single siding in their own tokens, they're going to flee. They're not going to like it. So unless you're really transparent and you're telling everybody in the community what you're doing, it's going to be, they're going to see it as a rug or that they're being manipulated. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's another
Thanks.
great part of that. And then we'll have Lions and then Cookie.
Oh man. First off, I just want to say, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I love that we're having these conversations because both are excellent trading strategies and both are very well known strategies. I'm actually practicing both strategies actively. With Lions, we're doing mill strategy, and with Taz, we're doing farm strategy. With Lions, we've taken about 40% control of the LP that we plan on doing something with in the future. And then with Taz, we've taken like 63% of the LP over there at a 25K market cap that we plan on doing Cookie's plan on the future. So we're actively exploring both strategies, and it's only a quick Google, guys, and I recommend that everybody do this. I mean, put both strategies into an AI, ask them questions about it, educate yourselves. I'm so happy we're having these conversations.
Yeah, the good thing
because they need to
is,
happen.
like there's not one right answer for everything, right? So if it
There's
makes
not.
sense
There's
to,
not.
if you've done the work and like made the plan and it's going to be efficient, then that's why we do our own research, especially like we were saying earlier about you can't just launch a token. You kind of have to have a plan and then launch a token. So Cookie, if you want to just speak on that, some of these things.
Yeah, makes total sense. And that's kind of my original line of questioning, was not so much just to say the burning of the LP tokens is wrong. It's more to find out what the core rationales are behind it and see whether there's true benefit in it versus the strategy that we adopt, for example. Because I'm open and I want to build in as many strategies as possible. One of the things like we've done, for example, within our project is we actually have a liquidity monitor dashboard that we've built. So we're actually able to track real-time liquidity for projects across the board, like tracking CLOB liquidity, AMM liquidity, but also whale liquidity within a project. So like a project dev can instantaneously see whether they're off track on their LP ratio, and it will suggest to them in real time what they can do to affect that and how they can actually improve their overall liquidity position. It's something that we're super passionate about because, I mean, humble brag is to take a look at the farm chart. Like it's an example of a managed farm chart. That was actually a first ledger launch that we rescued off the floor. We CTO'd it when it was sub 1,000 and were able to gain supply control and gain liquidity control. So good liquidity management, if you put time into it, is worth its weight in gold. And then it's just figuring out whether we're missing a trick on other strategies we could be applying.
Yeah, sounds great. And Lembo, if you're down there, make sure you request to come up again. Mel, I know you probably have some, you know, thoughts about what's been said lately.
No, I think it's clear. Like I said in the beginning, those strategy available, like the features available, which is the auction, the LP burning auction mechanism is available because it serves its purpose. So depends on what you want and what your trying to achieve, and your technical capabilities to using to, because those function is available, serve it purpose. So if you know what's purpose that you want to achieve and how you gonna achieve it, just like what I implement those strategy on a certain pool that I have with a certain new tokens. Like Cookie was saying, control on the liquidity pool is very important, which I agree in 50% out of it, because here's the other part of it. Yes, it's important for us as the builders or the founders, right? But how long you can control it? In these adoptions on the decentralized and permissionless network, there is only so much when it comes to control, because that's against the vision of decentralization itself. So I don't think that's a fair practices to control. Even at some point, the circulating supply at the beginning of launch of the token, it's good to have those control of the supply. But along the way, as you're building and you continue to developing your project, you have to giving away the supply, because putting all those control on your shoulders is only against the spirit of decentralization itself when it comes to control. So I kind of like that. I see it 50-50. I would say that's good at the early stage, but you have to giving up those power back to the market to decide the value of your asset, not us to control the price, because that's against the spirit of the permissionless and decentralization itself. I just want to add to that point. That's it. Other than that, for the strategy, I think it's already clear. Like I said, the feature available and built on the core protocol to serve its purpose. And depending on what you need and your project strategy, it depends on how you want to adopt it or you don't want to adopt it. That's really personalized depending on your circumstances as the project itself and the token supply that you control, that you own. So it really depending on your preference based on your project strategy. But yeah, so that's kind of like what I want to add.
Yeah, sounds great. And we got a pretty nice little transition phase here. After this, we finish up this little bit of conversation. I'm going to do like the rest of the giveaways. So just keep that in mind. In order to win these giveaways, you just need to like and share the space here. Comment on the little comment bubble at the bottom right of the space or the pill with the chat bubble. Just make sure you like and retweet, and we'll do some more giveaways here in about 5-ish minutes. But I'm loving all the conversations, and I think, like I said earlier, like there is no 100% correct way to do anything. So whichever way makes sense to you and how you can, you know, think about tokenomics like that, then I think that's good. Just a discussion
I have
about
a
it.
question.
Go ahead.
I mean, of course, it's possible for both strategies to coexist. For example, Cookie strategy of taking supply control and liquidity control, and then later on implementing a different strategy for exponential growth down the line. I think it's very important that the public understand that both of these are very viable strategies when it comes to liquidity control and development of a project, which is super important to understand. So I'm bullish on Cookie. I'm bullish on Mel, because both of them, even though they are implementing different strategies of LP, they understand what they're talking about. That's the most important part. And when you invest into a project, you're investing into a person. And these are project leaders up here. So if you're down there in the listeners, you're up here in the speaker panel, give these guys a follow. This is very important educational conversations that we want to be spreading.
Yeah, the point of this podcast is just to spread knowledge and just come together and kind of, put your ideas together and see what comes out of it. And there's a lot of people that, don't know much about liquidity pools and AMMs, so any discussion on that, is just good because that allows them to do their own research, and, that's kind of the whole point. So that's why I'm loving both sides of the same kind of idea and how they're approaching it. So, um, yeah, anybody want to do some giveaways, or we're going to keep talking for a little bit?
Let's do some
Giveaway!
Let's go, let's go. Well, luckily this
Reset
time,
room, give it away.
yeah, luckily this time it's going to be easier because I already have everything like pre-typed out in like 6, 7 different tabs. So, with that being said, yeah, the only requirements is to like and retweet the space, and we're going to pick the winners for 30,000 opulence tokens, and that's going to be going out to 5 different people. So, I'm just going to keep hammering these out for a little bit. So, congratulations to the following 5 people. We have Macon, Adrian C, XRP Label, FMK Ullman, and Opulence X. So, I will.
Oh, reroll the Opulence X. Before also, you put my names there. So reroll 2 of those 30,000 Opulence or whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good. And let's see who wins these tokens. Because, yeah, Opulence won 2, so they're just giving away theirs again. So this time it's going to XRP Reaper and Danny Rod.
Nice.
So we just gave away 6. And yep, just a moment here just to make sure everything looks good. Actually, I gotta type in these ads real quick so they don't get lost.
Copy paste.
Yeah, but I can't from a screenshot. Actually, I can do it like this though. Well, I already lost one of them, so it's fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I like how you had it all typed up, ready to go, man. That's efficiency.
Yeah, I try to be efficient in everything I do. It's just sometimes things don't go to plan.
Hey, man, if everything went to plan, we'd be billionaires by now.
Yep. What is the plan? I don't got one.
Build. If you build it, they will come.
There you go. And just a few more seconds, I can get on to the next giveaway.
What do you got lined up for the next giveaway?
So the next giveaway is going to be 200,000 Seabird tokens.
Oh, some more Seabird tokens. Nice.
Yep. So we're just basically giving out the other half of the winners. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so.
The Seabird.
So
Go ahead.
Yep, I'm good to go ahead and give away those other tokens, which is the 200k Seabird tokens, and just pick one winner for this one. And all the noises. And Sheila Marie. Sheila Marie, congratulations. You just won 200,000 Common Bird tokens.
Nice, guys. And if you look down there in the comments, you'll find a link to Opulence X. Make sure to go over there and set trust lines for every single token that's on their platform. You never know what they're going to do. They give airdrops out all the time. Grab a Ripcord NFT. That's a great thing to do. I mean, I'll get daily drops of Opulence into my wallet every day, and I love it.
There you go. And so next off, we're going to be giving away 50k 589 tokens. So I'm good to go
another
ahead.
589?
Yep. So I'm good to go ahead and roll those. So the winner of this 589 tokens is John Wick again. He's out here busting caps on us.
Did he
Woohoo!
win 2 sets of different tokens?
I think he did. I would have to go back and look. But
That's nice.
It's always good to see the supporters winning, so thank you. And I'll get to this next giveaway 1 second.
Oh yeah, remember to set those trust lines and everything. Both projects are connected with Opulence X. So as Mel mentioned before, they do have the Opulence farming pool. which rewards you in native tokens of that project. The
Exactly.
best way to enter into a pool is to double side into that pool. That
Yep.
way you can maximize your reward potential.
Exactly. And the next up is we're giving away 15,000 third eye tokens.
Yay, another third eye.
Yeah, so the winner for these third eye tokens are going to be More Nova Art. Congratulations, More Nova Art. And you're going to win these 15,000 third eye tokens. And just moving right along, the next one's going to be XRH tokens. So just let me post this tweet. So next we're going to give away 25,000 XRH tokens. So let's go ahead and do that draw now. And the winner is another one for Allie's Candy UW2.
Oh wow,
She's,
Expector Army taking over.
yep.
Woohoo! He win again. Did he win before?
I think it might
Yes,
be
he did.
there
We
you go.
had some double winners.
Woohoo!
Hey, it's always nice coming out going in with nothing and coming out with 2 bags. Because it's hard to
Yeah,
argue with
right.
that.
Yeah,
So,
and it's a free, and you can decide what you want to do with that. You wanna compounding that one on the pool to get more tokens. It's like a good starting point, right? So
absolutely. And
we'll
just
all because all those like third eye, if you hold your NFT, you guys earning daily third eye token also on the honeycomb. And what else? Well, 589. I don't think he's minted out yet. His collections. I
and
think
just
Cory busy with something else. The common bird is the same thing. I think the common bird NFT holders also earning seabird tokens every day through the honeycomb pool, and also earning seabird every day through the seabird XRP farming pool as well.
there
So
you go.
yeah.
And just real quick, I just wanted to give a shout out to a comment. I don't know if you guys know of Giga, the meme token, but they said, "Great info. We've been setting up our thick LP so the bigger fish can swim," and that's pretty much a good little metaphor for making the liquidity
Oh,
nice and nice.
Giga was in here like listening to
Early,
us in one of our first spaces, man.
yeah, Giga's been around for sure. And let's just go ahead and give away these next tokens, which are going to be the 25,000 FPT tokens. So,
Freedom Phoenix, yay!
yeah, Freedom Phoenix, let's go. So let's draw the winner now, and it is our Raz Jesus. I never know how to say his name, but I think that's how you say it. It's just Raz Jesus.
Oh, he won again.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah, he won the other day.
Last yeah, the other day he won the Opel passport. And
That's right.
I need his wallet to whitelist to the Mudang NFTs for that one. So he can boost those farming pool with the Mudang NFT if he's contribute to the any Opel farm pool.
Yeah, let me just tag you in that tweet and say get in touch with you about some other stuff.
You know, the Opel Farm Pool is also allowing the project to boost rewards of their APR or APY, utilizing and with token gating through their NFTs collection. So, for example, like in my case, Opulence XRP Pool, I have this Mudeng NFT that I token gated to boost rewards, the APY and APR to the Opulence XRP contributor on our LP pool. So we have boost reward, we have compounding reward options on the farming pool for any projects within the auto farm ecosystem if they're requesting. We have those functions.
There you go. And just moving right along. Next, it'll be I think the last one for. Well, actually, I got some more to do after this at the end. But looks like next one's gonna be that Ripcord NFT, the second one. So we've been talking about Ripcord a little bit. Basically, you're just gonna get drips from Opulence each day, and then the quarterly rewards of the other tokens. So, let's figure out who won that. The last Ripcord for the night. And the last winner for this type of giveaway is SkyJ. SkyJ, I've been seeing your notifications pop up, and congratulations, you just won something. You just won a Ripcord NFT, and that's a pretty big deal. So congratulations. And yeah, I'm just doing my thing over here while it's silent. Sorry about that.
All right, guys. Yeah, just remember, all you need to do to enter into these giveaways is like and retweet the space. That's it. That's all we require. That's all we ask.
There you go.
We're giving
And
away tokens. We're giving away NFTs. We're giving away access. We're giving away utility. We're giving away knowledge.
yep, and real quick, I'm just going to do another giveaway. I said that I would do it whenever I had the chance. It's for Riptard's collection. So it was donated by a generous, audience member or somebody who supports the stream. So he just wanted me to give it out and stay anonymous, which is fine.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yep, and it's going to be a Riptard NFT, and I'll show you the NFT real quick. I just gotta get to my wallet. Um, what was I giving away again? I
A
got too many
Riptard
collections.
NFT.
That's right. Riptard.
Generously donated by an audience member.
Yeah, and he actually gave a pretty rare one. It's rarity 146 out of 985. So it's
Oh
pretty rare,
wow.
especially for a Riptard, because Riptards are pretty desirable.
I mean, that goes to show. I mean, that's like, what's the floor on those things right now? Does
I
anybody
think
know?
it's like 20, some XRP, but those are for like the not rare ones.
Oh wow, that's $100 donation. That's impressive. Thank you, anonymous member of the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. Much love to this person. He wanted to stay um, unknown, but that's completely fine. So this winner, this is actually the same guy that donated that pixel bear that we gave away at the beginning. So much love to that guy. But let's go ahead and just give it out. I'm running for a winner now, and thanks everybody for liking and retweeting so far. Um, looks like Wilson, who looks like he has a Taz PFP, he won that.
Oh, a Taz won that. Nice.
There you go.
What? Which one that one? Taz?
Oh
They
no,
have a Taz PFP, I think.
Oh, I thought Taz account was winning.
no, we won't let Taz win. He's cut out.
Yeah, it's like whenever I draw myself on him, I'm just like, well, time to draw it out again. It would have been lucky, but not this time, unfortunately. And we're getting Quantum back up here. We also got all the money, so it'd be good to hear some little bit of alpha from them if they're around. Just a real idea. I know you haven't really spoke much, and I appreciate you, Cookie, for just hanging out with us on stage. So all the money looks like he might be free, and Quantum is up here now. Quantum, how you doing, bro? If y'all want to share any alpha, feel free.
What's up, everybody? Great space, man. Learning a lot. Jotted a lot of things down. It's a great educational space.
Absolutely. Are you driving right now, bro?
No, okay, how's my sound right now? Is it good
Sounds like you got
quality?
a big fan going or something. That's all.
Okay, let me see. Okay. How about now?
No, you sound good now.
Okay, perfect. No, man, just listening and learning again, getting educated. As a project and an NFT collection owner, just building in the space. This is all interesting to learn. I've always thought about ways to how to create value for my project. I saw myself creating value through the environments and the builds that I was creating within the Expectaverse and just investing my all my financial funds going that way. But always thinking about the original PFP collections that I started. Right, initially they were all just artwork, but when it comes to platforms like Opulence and allowing NFT projects to offer rewards to their holders, it's a great thing for me to hear. I have been thinking about potentially launching a coin myself. I
Watch
want to
out.
go ahead and introduce myself with Mel a couple of days ago. I'm not sure, yesterday or 2 days ago. Just to get things started and to get more information. This is kind of for me. I am nervous when it comes to things like this. So it's always great to have these spaces and to learn and just see what's going to be the best outcome for my project. I was in between, creating a meme or what route I was pretty much wanted to go for, and just hearing these options, it helps me pretty much start setting my foundation of which route I would want to go towards, right?
Exactly.
Um, But yeah, no, it's just great to have this space and for me to learn and just educate myself and not just launch something just because I wanna be in a space. But when you're educated and actually you work behind that, I think the ride will be a little smoother, right?
Sounds right. I mean, I didn't even know you were thinking about launching a coin, so the fact that you're already, talking to Mel about the best way to do that for you, that's pretty important for people to know because if you go to Mel, she can like give you the guidance that you would need, right? Because a lot of
Yeah,
people
and
are
Oh,
of course, and
he's
I've
poking
had this.
around everywhere. He's
Uh,
asking questions, which is the great
yeah,
thing to do.
yeah, I spoke to XRP Lions. We were on a talk for a good while. I think it was yesterday, 2 days ago. I also spoke with Colton. I'm trying to just get as much information that I can. And like I said a couple of days ago, the word of the day, right, is persistence. And I have to follow through with that myself. So why not just ask questions and learn and educate myself before just trying to run this solo? And I think that's why we're all here, right, to help each other out and to not get fucked overall.
basically.
And it's yeah, pretty much, right? And I want the best for my project and the community that I have behind me as well. So just trying to work on my tokenomics right now. What's gonna be the best route, and trying to be as transparent as I can, and yeah, just learning, man, just learning a lot.
That's why we're here. That's why I like doing these educational podcast types, so that way you see the title. We've been talking about liquidity and AMM strategies, all podcasts essentially. So people can come in, if they're just listening at work and just kind of learn from other people's perspectives, because until you launch your own token, like you don't know how it's going to go. So each
Correct.
token launch is special. So the fact that you're putting in the groundwork, that's important. And what's up,
Hey, and
Uncle?
there's a consistent theme here too, JT. Just to let Quantum know, um, supply control is very important, especially in the very beginning. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what path you take, as far as whether you're burning LP or whether you're managing your LP. You're going to have supply control. Just remember that even if you burn LP, that you have enough supply control to do what you need to do. Correct, and that's why I love listening to the space right now. Which kind of honestly, it's I already pretty much made the decision of which route I would like to take, and that's gonna be pretty much going standard. Um, honestly, like it takes me a lot just to invest, and if I can control things the way I want it to work, and I'm looking out for the best of um, intentions for my community, I think that's going to be the better route. And if it's in the plans to also collaborate with other tokens to create liquidity pools and stabilize my coin eventually when I launch it. And just take control and just seeing playing things right. Taking my time. I didn't want to hop into the main space just because of the hype, but I want to also be a great utility coin. So I feel like I do bring a lot to the table. So I feel like if the community sees that and they back me up, I feel like we can take this pretty far as well.
There you go. I mean, that's why I'm glad you was able to tune in today, just because I know you had some questions and you kind of was able to answer them yourself. So that's great to hear. At least somebody got found this podcast, educational. I'm just playing. I'm sure
For
there's a
sure,
lot of
for
people
sure.
that do. But yeah, I would just love hearing your experience about you wanting to take a token route now, and it's pretty cool to hear that.
Yeah, and I think right now is perfect timing as well. Just because we still haven't hit that full bull run, and if I can
you
create
set
my
yourself up.
foundation pretty, yeah, set myself up nice. I think as a community, we can all win.
I agree. And thanks to you for coming
Hey,
on and just sharing their experiences. What's up, Colton?
I was gonna say, Quantum. It might be kind of hard for you to create a quote unquote meme token for what you do. Exactly, bro. So I was just like, I do want to take myself a little more seriously. So, I have fun with the meme tokens, but from my side of it, I feel like I do need to create a utility token better. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it, man. Whenever you launch it, please let me know. I didn't know you were going to uh, be so forefront with it up in the spaces and whatnot.
You're gonna have
That's
so many
pretty
snipers
exciting.
looking in over your shoulder. Like, let me get some of that.
Yeah, and like I'm with it with I want to my close partner projects. We're gonna be for sure doing some airdrops, so all that good stuff. Just trying to have some fun with it as well.
You know,
I'm
I'm very
down.
happy. At least I woke up in the morning, not it's worth because Quantum right now getting all the final things that he wanted to do, to finalize his executions. That's really great. So, Quantum, thank you for saying that, because then I woke up very early in this morning is worth every second
Yeah,
because
no, yeah,
because
for sure.
it's giving you some input what you want to do, the directions that you are going, and I'm very excited for what's coming. Yeah, for sure, I agree with Carlton. Also, you are way too far for just meme coin. I mean, it's like you are way ahead for just issuing meme coins. So I think
Appreciate that.
utility will go will fit you the best. So yeah, I'm very
Appreciate that.
excited what's coming on your end.
Thank you.
And yeah, Colton, I know you got your hand up. Is that just a glitch, or did you already say what you needed to say?
It must be a permanent glitch, JT, because I swear if I put my hand up in any one of your spaces, it stays up somehow.
You're just gonna get your arm tired doing that, brother.
It's damn near falling off. I can't even see it.
Well, we've been in spaces for a couple hours, so let's try to wrap this up in the next 15 or 30 minutes. Actually, I do have another space in like oh, and actually an hour. So, um, I can't just I'll keep this
Yeah,
running as long as I
let's
can. But
well, technically, let me summarize what our discussion, when it comes to the liquidity, especially if you are token project or either memes or utility token, it's very important to pay attention to your liquidity, because this is the foundations of your value asset, the value of the asset that you issued. So as you building, if you're really serious on building, then this is a very critical aspect that you need to pay attention to. Beside, while you focus on those aspects, don't forget also, yeah, like a healthy daily trading volume, because you could have that 100,000 TVL lock, for example, on the liquidity pool, but those auction bot create all those trade volumes. But if you don't but that's not enough to create a really healthy trade volumes in the daily basis for your token. So healthy daily trading volume to your token is also very important, because that volume is also generate trading fees for those that contribute to your AMM pool. So pay attention to your daily trade volume, because that's also giving back to your LP provider as well, in terms of trading fees, right? Because that's how the LP provider earning fees from the core protocol, which is the mainnet, through those trading fees. So pay attention to your daily trading volume. All those aggregators, Dex Screener, Coin Moms, or whatever, they really paying attention to their algorithm is really pay attention to classify top 100 project based on their daily trade volumes, TVL log, and all those etc. that our aggregators has not reaching to that point yet. Like XP Market put the well, they do have like 100 pair of the top AMM pool pair, but they classify the top 100 project based on the market cap, while Dex Screener have multiple multiple, what is that called, indicators, how you structure those top 100 project within the XRPL. And usually what happen is this is what attractive for outsider like investors or speculators, because they're gonna see aggregators from multi-chain, and they're not gonna go on the second page, they're not gonna go on the third page. That what the visibility will goes toward the first page, which is those top 100. So pay attention to this. If you're running a project, pay attention to all these aspects that fundamental for your project to be visible beyond hype and shield and all those things.
yeah, exactly. I think the more we just kind of learn and talk about, what's actually what makes the ledger kind of work for itself. I wanted to start these podcasts because there's going to be people that have never even experienced XRPL from other chains and stuff, and I just want to be a good place for people to get reliable and important information that could help them with their financial decisions. So you know I really am appreciative of all you guys, either on the panel or even down below. Your support means a lot to me, and hopefully we can just help bring more people onto the XRP ledger kind of more gently than a lot of us have when we first got on, you know. So, yep. If anybody wants to say some more, I know Mel is just kind of doing an overview, but it would be good to have this kind of like a 2.5 hour podcast or 3.5 hour podcast, so that way it's fully like fleshed out, you know.
I do have a couple things to say, and it kind of just a little alpha from between all the money and quantum.
Yeah, of course. You know we're all about the alpha too, so.
Well, I mean, you heard it in the last space. I just kind of wanted to give a brief summary, especially for many of the project uh, leaders in here. If you're running a project and if you ever heard of the ATM Vault and you want to get involved, we are actually developing. Quantum is creating some 3D NFT cards that will give your community or anyone in your community that wants to buy one from your project the ability to earn these airdrops from all of the communities inside the vault. So essentially, we're going to give you these NFTs. Your project's going to sell them. You're going to make your money. And then there is also other attributes as well besides the airdrop, more like digital builds, physical things that will be coming to that project because of the funds that you raise through those cards. So if you want to learn more about the ATM Vault, you guys feel free to contact me. Obviously, I want Tyler in there. Pazzo, you're huge in Expector. This would be perfect for you. The farm token, basically any project in here. I think it's going to be beneficial for everybody. We're essentially delivering free value. Um, so contact me if you have any questions.
There you go. And any more closing comments from any of the other people on our panel? Um, let's get Lions back up here. Yeah, he sometimes has issues with the connectivity.
Sometimes.
He's working on getting some new tech.
I'm back here. I'm back. I heard the last of it.
Yo,
Yes.
yo.
Put me in. Put
Yeah,
me in, coach.
yeah. Anything you want to wrap up about what we talked about today, Lions?
Yes, actually, I'm very excited that we're starting to have these conversations on these spaces. I'm glad that we're putting it into a way that can help the public understand how important it is to have control of the LP and control of the token supply for growth. I'm glad that we had two different strategies here tonight with us so that we were able to expand on both of those strategies. This is a very important thing and movement that's happening across the XRPL, and I'm very excited to be a part of it and excited for the people that are witnessing it and learning from it and becoming involved with it. So, with that being said, I want to remind everybody listening and everybody speaking to give everyone else in here a follow because these are all project leaders and it could be future project leaders. Who knows?
Exactly. So that's why I'm loving having these discussions. It's just learn, learn, learn. Every day is like more things you can learn just by talking to other people, and you come together and kind of flesh out ideas that you might have just not even had until you had a certain conversation with a certain somebody else. So I mean that's fun part of it for me. So we've heard from the All the Money, Quantum, and Lions and Cookie. Do you want to give us any closing remarks? He might be a little away right now. Mel, do you want to go ahead and kind of give us the final words? Or Cookie, are you available now?
I'm here listening. Sorry, I'm just dealing with my kids at the moment, so it's a bit crazy here in
No,
the
you're
in
fine.
the cookie household.
I just wanted to see if you had any closing remarks for us. That's all.
None that wouldn't be lengthy. So I think I've chewed everyone's ear off enough tonight. I'll save that for another day.
And I'm glad you came up and gave us another perspective because there are more than one way to do things. So it's great to hear from your experience and knowledge because some other people could learn from it as well. So moving on, Mel, is there anything you'd like to say before we give it to Adrian?
No, for me, it's simple. We try to educate our community, but in the same time, we have the visions to educate outside people to bridge to the XRPL. So understanding what the XRPL features, especially in the core protocol, is very important because without this understanding, how do we want to bring more traction to the XRPL, right? Before we go out, we want to fix first the problem that we have in our ecosystem by educating the token project that already exists on the XRPL. So I'm very happy with this podcast where we can learn from each other. We can share, from different perspective, from different opinions, the different feedback. Because I also personally, as a builder, if I just focus on opulence, I will not growing. But if I focus and if I listen to you guys' feedback or anything, then as a builder, it's inspired me what to build, right? What the features that I need to add, for example, what the tools that I need to create to fix the problem, because that's the idea of cryptography, right? I mean, we want to solve people problem and improving people's life, like especially in this digital economy. So thank you, JT, for hosting this, and then having Opulence as the co-host for this event, for this podcast. And yeah, looking forward for the next topics that we can dive into it. Um, then keep going with the bridge to XRPL movement, team growth. That's kind of like what I like to say. Yeah, I think that's it for me. And then for the people down there, if you are, regardless what's your position, I only have something to say that, support. It's not just, support meaning support. Like, I mean, even if it's small contributions, it's important, it matters, so it's count. So support meaning like even if you just contribute to like any LP provider, even just one XRP, that's count. That's your support right there. That's kind of important for the people. Don't just sit on the sideline and witnessing what's happening and just looking, but be a doer, because those that gonna benefiting from this early adoption is the one that will take those, be a doer, not just sitting on the sideline and watching. So participating and supporting, but I understand there is some risk considerations that you guys have to look for it. So that's why this type of education is very important to understand, the ecosystem that you want to contribute. But again, with the XRP, I know people have projections about XRP price or anything. But again, think about this. This is all right now that's sitting on the panel speakers here are the people that building on the grassroots side, so the retailer side. So while Ripple building on the institutional level side, you see we were moving on the grassroots side, and this is what supporting to build value, to increase the value of XRP, by utilizing it, by these use cases, by the utilization. And we, the startup project on the XRPL, are building this. So support this project, support these people, support this builder to everything that you can do. So just don't just sit on the sideline, be a doer, because that's how you get the a full benefit of what they are doing and they're building on the space.
Well said, Mel. And like it is, like she was saying, it is important. Especially with these longer running projects like she has, just kind of set yourself up for whenever mass adoption comes. I mean, it's all going to just kind of hit us like a brick, and it's just going to be who's ready and who took advantage of it at that time, and who has set them up in order to have success for more and more adoption. So, Adrian, I don't know if you're able to talk, but is there anything else you'd like to add? And it looks like we got a resident sleeper. So, um, yeah, with that being said, we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up. Like, I really appreciate all of you just for tuning in. I know you all were come to learn and stuff, and we gotta say goodbyes eventually until next time. But for right now, it's about 3 hours and 15 minutes into this little podcast, and a lot of good information was shared. So, I encourage you to kind of listen back to it after the fact. I'll put it up on YouTube later if you want to watch it there instead. So just make sure you're doing your due diligence and doing your own research and taking care of everything you got to in real life, because then you'll be more efficient in your Web3, ventures. So yeah, let's just go ahead and end this thing out right now, and just stay tuned for the next spaces coming out. Hopefully, I can do an ATM space on Sunday. I'm going to the lake tomorrow with the family just to kind of reconnect and touch some grass, or I guess water in that case. But yeah, hope everybody has a great start to their weekend. And it's the end of Friday for a lot of us here in America, so getting off work, and it looks like in my neck of the woods at least we'll have good weather. So just try to take care of your body and mind, and just soak in that good weather, because it's draining behind a computer screen. So make sure you're balancing yourself out by getting out enough. Anyways, great job everybody on all the discussions we had today. It was, pretty informative, and I hope everybody got some value out of it. I will, just keep a eye on the next spaces coming up, because I kind of just plan them as I can do them. And we had a legendary panel today, and like some of the discussions we had, they're going to be really important for people who are wanting to launch their own token projects, but they just don't know how or where or when. So it's just going to be research for those people to just kind of study up how AMMs work and how liquidity works and how you can leverage those things to, improve your project. So I'm just basically rambling at this point. So let's go ahead and end the space and end the stream. I'll play some music just to tie it out on the live stream. And appreciate all of you guys' support tonight. And we'll see you again later. Oh, Lions, go ahead.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. And stay tuned for the next ones.
And congrats for all the winners.
Yes, congrats to everybody who won something. And that's something I'm going to be trying to do each time I do a stream. Just hopefully get some tokens out and NFTs, and it shouldn't be a problem. So thanks to everybody who entered in the giveaway, and to those that won, congratulations. With that being said, I'm just going to kind of mute here and get us off the stage or whatever the stream. So yeah, appreciate all you guys' support. And if you heard any voices you like, make sure to give those people a follow. And they're very encouraging people on XRPL, and they'll probably be more than willing to help you with whatever you need. So, like I said earlier, it's Friday. Have a good start to you guys' weekends, and until next time, we'll see you.
In the flame high method, ain't no lame guy. Stepping to the 357, true and living, representing like a certified legend. Got the heat.
I believe you mentioned some music, so.
Yeah, sorry, I'm on the live stream playing music. Sorry about that. If you're tuned in to the live stream, that's where we're at.
God dang it. Alright, bye guys.
Bye, Code. Bye, Code. See you guys later.
Exploding to the top, dropping like it's hot, thinking it's my last, knowing it's not. Hey, already know that I can't stop, won't stop, back up in the building till I blow up the spot. I'm going in.
Feel the energy, we bringing it back. Every word is a matter of fact. Matter of fact, they couldn't get to the level we at. We so focused that we never react. Stay right and exact. Feel the energy, we bringing it back. Every word is a matter of fact. Matter of fact, they couldn't get to the level we at. We so focused that we never react. Stay right and
To
exact.
anybody who doubted the power is tantamount to the massive amounts of energy. Better reflect mentally, move thought through telepathy. Who's the boss? Pedigree is zero weak suckers or chumps who stand next to me. All for the betterment. None can compete or compare with false measurement. Echo the same sentiment. Blessed to be a testament of next level entities arriving in the form of light when entering this density. Crash palaces opposite of disaster. asterisk. Hopefully you could cope with the laughter of going after us. The magic in motion, no mysterious tricks. Imagine the tragedy of being clearly eclipsed. Appeared in the mist, no Visine or ivy drip could help you find where the mind exists. Deep inside of the grand design, comprise no surprises. If you can't see the light, boy, you blind as shit. Zero weak suckers of chumps who stand zero. Weak suckers of chumps who stand zero. You could hopefully you could cope with the whole black rap.
Check. See how the streets will get to stopping and looking when I'm in the kitchen seasoning and concocting the cooking. Look, a lot of you niggas trash like it's hard just to step it up. A guru with a gourmet and scientist of the chefing up. A restaurant for the heat and a deli that'll always serve the hood 24 hours, feeding niggas the hors d'oeuvres. God rap, prophecy, bust rhymes, the great. Prepare the full course meal, juice leaking from the steak. Check, acting like you ain't knowing you niggas must be idiots. I know my name already, bust rhymes and affiliates. With flip mode in this bitch, the alliance is kinda serious. Damage everything in the building regardless where it is. The way I saturate the street, I'm only saying I rapidly feed the hood like I'm a fast food chain. No need to ever question why the hood love me. Got an aliens and vegetarian, feed you if you hungry.
Feel the energy, we bringing it back. Every word is a matter of fact. Matter of fact, they couldn't get to the level we at. We so focused that we never react. Stay right and exact. Feel the energy, we bringing it back. Every word is a matter of fact. Matter of fact, they couldn't get to the level we at. We so focused that we never react. Stay right and exact.